Thank you. Please be seated. Okay. If you're here for the motion to rescind a no contact order, and you're the protected party, in that case, when it's time to hear that particular matter, you can stand not next to the defendant, who will be by their attorney, but stand in between those two tables there, if you would please, and I'll listen to what you have to say about your request. Okay? What else? We got somebody ready to go?
Yes, sir. Carrie Hicks.
Man, it's cold. Said Hicks?
Coming forward. We have an order filed for a 1077 evaluation. We're waiting for that evaluation to take place. So at this point, we'd like to set the matter over to March 14th for review.
Okay, speedy
Nope,
speedy
no
trials
waivers
toll
needed.
with that. So he's doing it at your office, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
Okay. When we send, you said March.
March 14th at 8:30. It's a Tuesday.
Right, that'll be return to court time again, sir, 8:30 to 14th, Tuesday. Just step over to the computer, please, and sign that on the computer screen.
Let's try to see if I see. I don't think. Did you have any? It's all from Matt. No contact.
4 to 6 weeks, which will go in our investigation.
I don't see any pro se, no contact reviews.
Oh, I think I pulled that up. There is a new global PTA.
What's that?
There is a new offer.
Oh, good. All right. And if anything you got done,
Oh, okay.
It's ready, but I found, I believe it's a pro se, post-conviction, no contact order with the last name Gabbard. But the G looks like
Okay,
the
I have
victim may have
five of them on.
Devin, I don't know if the court would want us to call it on that.
Sure. No, where's ready? Is that David, say Broadbeck?
Devin Broadbeck?
Well, is he charged with 4?
Devin Broadbeck?
It's not yet.
If that's the case,
I guess call it later, Your Honor.
Well,
This one, he was supposed to have appeared our PV docket last Thursday. He was summoned
there are
and
2 that must have been.
didn't appear. But it got missed, getting a warrant ordered, so I was gonna see if you could.
Yeah, I mean, I
do a
think
warrant on
he's
this.
charged with, so he's, I don't know why he's charged.
He had like 3 or 4 other cases.
2 no.
He didn't appear on any of them.
No. Oh, I guess it's a
And I'm
sneak
trying to
case.
figure out, he emailed me last week.
2 additional.
Judge, you
Oh,
had
oh, that's 'cause
overnight delivery for the
harassment and,
so
oh, I think it's double.
he ordered no bail warrants on the other 2 cases.
I think it is. Oh, so I've always, oh, okay, I must have missed it.
Probably.
I don't know.
Wasn't
Okay,
It was
yeah.
not.
Well, it wasn't,
It
wasn't,
wasn't.
on the
It was,
screen.
yeah, this is one of those that got through loops during the summer and everything to.
Well, I'll just leave that up to you. Sign in once you get it done. but I'll just
Yeah,
leave it
you're
on my
looking
agenda.
hold on the other.
The other 2 cases.
What's going on?
Sometimes it's hard, I mean,
Sorry
when
about
I
that.
miss, oh, the,
Oh, sure does.
Is anybody here for a rescission of a no contact order? Raise your hand, we'll see it. Maybe the,
First name?
and you are with what, I see, you're with, you are Ashley's.
Looks like she has an attorney or else as well. I don't see Miss Kaufman here, so that may be a matter of.
Okay, yeah, if they do have attorneys.
They just also got
Col-
Yeah.
Victim call, okay, she's got her own matter.
Yeah, for sure. Good seeing you.
But Colin Ferry is he here? Colin Ferry? Cause he's the person like that the order's out on to protect or something.
Your Honor. When I
Or-
was coming in, I saw that he was waiting in the line outside.
Okay, we'll wait till he gets there. And you have an attorney though?
Yeah, Kate Kaufman.
Okay. So whenever. Yeah, we need to make sure the attorneys are here to handle the matters. We're trying to get some of these things done. If there's people that are here on these requests that are not represented by counsel, if we don't have to wait for an attorney, so there's some case we can take. But I guess not, so we'll just keep waiting. Till the parties are ready.
Julie Chervin. Mr. Meet me out in the hallway. Mr. Tongamoa, we're gonna, I don't see the interpreter yet, so just hang on, okay? Stay there.
Okay,
Have some concerns about Mr. Gray's, comments to proceed with the case. Order, under RCW 177.
Shelley K. Miss K.
Counsel, do you know about
Go head out in the hallway,
what's the
please.
charge?
Out there.
What's that?
What's the charge?
Assault with
Do you understand what your attorney's gonna
Lansbury,
be asking
Monica
for, sir?
Lansbury.
Yes, sir.
That a counselor, basically from Western
Stubbs,
State
Lavinia
Hospital, would
Stubbs?
talk to you, at his office and determine if there's any issues in us proceeding on the case against you.
Miss Stubbs, I'll be out there, and Miss K, I'll be out there
Okay,
in a
and
minute.
you're willing to do that? Okay,
Lavinia Stubbs, I
So,
think
if
he's
it's
gonna
gonna
be a
be-
distance due to
now I'm gonna be signing an order, once you get the order to me, that will toll the speedy trial. We're way into it, or what now?
Yeah, we're gonna make the February date, so we should probably set a review date sometime in March.
Hey, Counsel, do you have any objections if we prepare 1077 and bring it over this afternoon for signatures and ballots?
That's fine, thank you.
I'm sorry, any other, no contact order issues or anything else to take up? No, not with him.
Believe so, Your Honor.
Who's the alleged victim?
His father,
The father?
maybe around March 13th.
Okay. Graves?
Donovan Brandenberry? Donovan, I'll call you up, we'll stop for trial, and then we can talk. Are you mom? Michael Gibson?
Well, if you
Voting on Melissa House,
Karina Gonzalez? Patrick Register?
with an H, house.
Most of them.
For trial, like we talked about.
Let me take a look at my office.
Doing a trial setting.
Just some from last week.
And then I just have one officer I need to check the availability of counsel. It's right here.
This is, the one that we did there. Can I just bring it to go over with?
Your dates, counsel, and go over the
Yeah,
calendar
that's
and see
fine.
if you have something that you're proposing. You cross-reference that against. So we'd be looking at roughly. Probably beginning of March, is that?
Sure, March 8th, it's a Wednesday.
The sixth, seventh, and eighth look like they're unavailable dates, but any other date at the beginning of March seems to be available.
And the 10th,
Tenth looks good.
6th for readiness.
Right. When you come back, ma'am, Monday, March sixth, 8:30 for your readiness. We picked out Friday, the 10th for your jury trial. I just heard, I think. See a sign there and you'll get a copy of it. And I'll sign the omnibus application.
Since I started talking about it. Case D4 or DV assault form. Like what?
Is there nothing else to take
Touched
up,
it.
right?
Sentence.
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Please step over to the clerk and copies here.
I like just got your text. Yeah, standing in front of me.
When you get them for you.
I think there's security. I like, and I hit the little. Hopefully Judy took his weapons from him. One of the deputies was like, "Morning."
Mr. Hoff has the next case. I don't know if he stepped out.
He
Ashley
walked right
Castaneda.
past me for a second.
Who?
Oh, well.
I'll take it.
Alright, Donovan Brandenberry,
James Davidson.
and Your Honor, he's here for mandatory, we're just asking
Honor.
to set for trial. And
Okay.
do March 9th,
Let me just
if
check.
that works.
Yeah, let me just check the science committee's calendar and then counsel if I could hand you omnibus, then I'll give you a copy here. What was that proposed date?
March 9th. Okay. Readiness, March 6th.
Line in front is long.
Prosecutor sign, the judge will sign, and you'll get a copy.
Have those names sound familiar? Pedro Gonzalez and Rocky Garcia. I don't have right. Jesse Sanchez is person. Oh, okay, never mind.
Experience.
Right behind him by that computer screen.
Supervisor Lace, subject to random your analysis. His first test was
Yep.
second test was good. His third test.
Ashley?
Okay, return to court, Mr. Brandenberry. It's gonna be March sixth, which is a Monday. You set your jury trial for Thursday, March 9th. 8:30 on both dates.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Or is he trying to pull bullshit like closer
Your Honor, the next case I have is Ashley Scott. She would like to be screened for diversion, so is it 4 weeks or 6
In
weeks?
my opinion, yes.
On the city cases, it's 3 to 4 weeks.
This is one for,
Mandatory pretrial, Your Honor.
but also there's a motion filed by her as a
Correct.
And
petitioner.
the victim is here and would like to address it.
Yes, it was like
This is colon.
off
You got
100.
the
14.
time figured out for the trial?
Because I have it like the level it's cut off.
So is the 14th, does that work?
It's a lot more.
Or,
Is she willing to do,
And that's because
asking if somebody's phone as opposed
3195.
to the,
Wait, 300 and,
the
like, 319.
fire alarm up there.
3000.
Mr. Ferry, where are you, please?
Very high.
Are you stepping forward with
I've had people go.
Paul? You're Mr. Ferry? Just stop in, right there is fine, in between the tables. Thank you. A little bit.
That could be due to.
And Miss Scott is your girlfriend, is that correct? Okay, she says you wrote a letter to the prosecuting attorney's office, I don't have a copy of that, requesting the no contact order be dropped, is that right? Answer out loud if you would please, so it's on the record here. It's her motion, and,
Yeah, but it's gonna remain under custody.
you two have a son together, am I reading this correctly?
No, it's not my.
Okay, she refers to we,
They
my
just
son and
read it.
I don't have anywhere to stay, but anyway, were you,
Yeah, revoke and step down.
previously you were residing with her or something?
We lived together
Correct, he
before
was, it
this
was
happened.
a supervisor release, there was no bail.
If anyone wants a copy of the letter, I can hand that forward. I believe it was provided at first appearance
Okay,
from him.
This would have
okay, I
been.
wasn't,
Is it booked in? Is he
I see, okay.
Correct, that's the allegation.
in 6 days? He has a problem.
But the second one was clean, I'm assuming that they're going to be clean.
So just respond. Sure. Does the supervisor
It's John.
say the letter? Just say yes, that's what he does.
It's pre-
It just says here.
MONDA.
with 3,195 milligrams per milliliter
And then just to confirm,
of
counsel,
ethyl sulfate.
We're gonna do a waiver commencing today.
Was she on, that wasn't the judge at the time,
she's on
is she on
supervisor.
supervised release?
Yes.
Or to do what,
Sometimes
to
they'll
UAs and
random UAs and Bs?
Yes, and obviously she doesn't have to do history since they're offering diversion.
And I may have misspoke, Your Honor, I'm actually looking at the order. It looks like it says breath test order.
I mean, did you take
There's an allegation of output.
Yeah, I could tell that from his letter.
or to say that, yes, I screwed up.
So, currently you're, say you're homeless, or where are you living in? You're not living in his, it's his place, or
We're
your
both on the
place?
lakes right now. I'm staying with my grandmother in South Africa.
As an
And
assessment,
having to get to work over here in Vancouver at a school?
Yeah, my son goes to school.
it's just,
Yeah. What's his history? Is he like?
So you guys are leasing together an apartment or a house?
An
or-
apartment.
Okay. I understand, Mr. Ferry, you can get these no contact orders
Keep it on.
basically 5 days a week down here, at no cost. If you set out the
Those are just
appropriate
facts.
facts, if things got whatever,
At least the court
worse or
should-
whatever, but at this point, you're not fearful of her and you're not
She's had negatives.
wanting to have the no contact anymore? You told the judge that,
Randolph?
you heard it the first time?
What was that, I'm sorry?
You told the judge that a month or so ago?
Yes, well, I
you
haven't
weren't here.
seen the judge yet, but I wrote it in the letter.
Oh, you didn't appear, you just sent a letter
Commissioner
instead?
George, I believe, had that.
Just one thing I don't know if the court was able to glean from the PC statement, because it's not an element. One of the concerns for the city is, and why we're asking to keep the no contact in place, we think that the breath test does monitor the alcohol. We believe there may be some co-occurring disorders going on, specifically mental health. At this point during the incident, the victim had to grab the defendant's wrist to prevent further assault. The victim released the defendant. She said she was going to kill herself. The victim was scared because she cut her wrist a few months ago and followed her into the kitchen where he observed the defendant grab knives, tried to push past the victim to get near her. So we do think that the supervised release can address the alcohol if the court's interested. I would ask the court to impose UAs as well as Bs, because UAs can go back further in time to test for alcohol. We would like to see also some treatment we do give them mental health.
you know,
Yeah, next Tuesday.
She hasn't had any issues, I know it's been a short amount of time, but she hasn't had any issues on supervised release. She called in and checked in with me right away, even before I had a police report, she's come in for an appointment. I know that I don't know if she has the alcohol evaluation scheduled yet because of the
Davidson?
situation with Oh, she's already, where'd you do it?
I did a starting point and I actually went to the last one Saturday.
Okay, so she's already done the alcohol evaluation at the starting point. What did they recommend?
Just, I did the alcohol evaluation and I recommended an 8-hour alcohol information class, which I completed on Saturday. I'm also on some of those answers.
Okay. So, Your Honor, it sounds like she's, and I told her to go ahead and do an alcohol eval because it would be part of diversion. Sounds like she's done the ADIS class and then is working on getting health into mental health.
I can see reading the probable cause statement, it sounds, if it happened that way, pretty serious, but you were more concerned for her safety than yours. You thought she's gonna hurt herself. Apparently, there's something about her grabbing knives and burning somewhere in the house, and you tried to get them away from her.
Yes.
Understanding her mental issues, whatever they may be, you're still not fearful of her being around you, though?
I am not fearful of her causing harm to me, no.
In this case, she scratched you, bit you, supposedly, and you had marks on yourself.
Yeah, there was a lot of alcohol consumed that night, and
By you too?
by me too, yes.
Hmm.
And,
Oh, you're the one.
as long as she's not drinking, I'm not in any fear of her, so.
Okay, we're gonna have her back at, what was it again?
I picked March 14th. If she gets screened and qualifies and lets me know, I'll move her up sooner so she can enter.
And I just heard you say you are doing some mental health.
She's on a waiting
I'm-
list, it sounds like.
I'm on state healthcare, so I'm having to find a provider. But I'm supposed to have an appointment on Saturday, but the woman hasn't responded with the time. And outside
State
of that,
healthcare, mean Molina or
yeah,
Apple, whatever it's
uh-huh.
called.
And so it's not a lot of providers want to take that, but I am on a waiting list, and I also.
How long do they say you're on the waiting list? I know,
The one lady that I talked to said she wasn't sure. I've also been in contact with Shirley Shin, who wants me to have an appointment this Saturday. We just haven't scheduled the time yet, so I can't confirm for sure that will happen this Saturday, but she's.
I know, they wanna check. It's not formally on the list, but they take Medicaid, and Molina, I think, is NAMI. They have treatment counselors, but may get in faster there rather than taking months, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna add on the additional condition of random UAs due to the allegations here of some weapons and so forth. Make sure there's less possibility of her, let's say, cheating in between. So with that condition added on of the urinalysis test, I'll resend the no contact order. So you're, in other words, you're on supervised release. It's another condition now is being added on. That's, you're gonna have to do random UAs when they call. Okay?
Will that just go along with calling the color line every day?
Yeah, so you're gonna take your paperwork to the right across the hallway.
Oh, so she's on a color line already. Okay, yes. Well, I guess, yeah, the only difference today is when you come in and do the urinalysis, they'll also do this, they'll do a more elaborate test rather than just a UA.
So I'm telling her to go across the hall to check in, and they'll add that for her, but it'll be the same thing.
Yeah, they won't have to change your color line deal then.
And then she'll give you a copy as well of the list.
Did I just,
Nancy, so it was just a diversion screen. And she just needs to come back March 14th.
this was handed up by
At
her?
8:30.
You?
I don't know if there's already one in the court file, but if there's not, that can.
It was just hanging out in our file. I already had a copy, so I didn't know if the defense had it.
Letter, I think. Yeah, it's been scanned in. So I can get it back here, I guess, for your file.
Oh, okay, she's sponsor.
Oh.
They have a scanned copy, so if you need to
Okay, thanks.
We got it all set.
Michael Gibson?
I can bring him in. He's outside in handcuffs. Do you want me to bring him in?
Yes, please. He's getting in custody,
Who's Michael Gibson?
so I'm just gonna ask to put him on TR, like, maybe tomorrow.
What'd you say?
Michael Gibson, Your Honor. My understanding he's being taken into custody.
By?
I'm not exactly sure. I was just told about this while I was standing here doing Miss
What
Scott's
do you mean,
case.
Four, well, hopefully again.
Bail got revoked.
His bail got revoked.
Yeah.
So there's a bail bondsman involving the case or something? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's who?
Michael, come on up. So, Your Honor, he's getting taken into custody. We haven't had a chance to talk. I'm just gonna ask to put him on DVAR 1 o'clock on Thursday. And I'll be here anyways. Okay, well, they're not gonna let you go.
I was thinking about that when I read
So I can put it on tomorrow.
Apparently he was found
You with, who you with?
so he just has a strange.
Well, I don't think that's unless they.
Okay.
You guys want me to pay all the fines and stuff, I gotta be working. This right here shows me.
Be quiet for a second so I can hear what your attorney has to say. He's on today for what?
He has a malicious mischief 3, Your Honor, and then 2 probation violations. We haven't had a chance to meet yet, and I don't have an offer, so I'm just asking to put him on tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
No.
Decide how he'd like to proceed. If his bail's
Okay.
being revoked, you can.
You just have to ignore it.
You at liberty to say why his bail is being revoked?
His indemnitor that signed for him wished to be off the bond as a
Okay. Whoever promised to back it up is backed out.
Sure, just don't say anything. Mr. Gibson.
Your Honor, the night that she bailed me out and I got released, I mean, I knew I was gonna have problems with her. And, you know, before we even got, 4 or 5 blocks up the street, she was like, oh, and how's your back? And I said, it's sore and all that. So I've been sleeping in this couch. She's like, oh, you can sleep in my bed. It proceeded to be like my ex's mom trying to get with me for like 2 weeks, and finally I told her, I said, I can't deal with this. I got my puppy, I'm scared to go to sleep. 5 minutes, she comes out, she's trying to talk.
Or did he broadcast?
And that was throughout the whole day.
Okay, well, I
Had to get out of there.
I can't go into your, whatever, your, call them personal issues, whatever it is. If
Was in my office the other day.
she's not gonna honor the bond, they're at too much risk, so
Like,
you
finally
gotta come
found
up with the
my
cash or another person who will be a surety
Just has
for
to
you.
put him on DV arraignment docket.
That's beyond the court's control, but he, how much, I don't know how much it is. I could know, of course, I guess tomorrow, I guess he can be screened for supervised release. How much was the bail?
It was
We know?
I don't know the story.
I don't know if he may have had bail on the PBs right now.
Just let him know that.
This guy got taken off.
Don't tell him I won't be able to come.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Randall?
Yes, thank you. This is State of Washington versus Daniel Egan. I thought we were in line. Mr. Egan's making his way forward. Pardon me, City of Vancouver versus Daniel Egan.
Egan, we're doing what with Mr. Egan?
There's 2 cases,
Trial
Your Honor.
setting?
They're both tracking with each other.
Or what are we gonna do?
Well, the business before the court this morning is Mr. Egan's mandatory pre-trial.
Grab a seat.
Your Honor, we're still doing our investigation of Mr. Egan's case. My client will execute a speedy trial waiver. If we could come back for review in 6 weeks,
Patrick, register.
that would be
As long as the
great.
prosecutor agrees, is that correct? So he's waiving appropriately?
He will
And we're
waive,
not-
we can do a speedy trial waiver with a commencement date of the return date.
Oh, he has, does he have, is one a PD, or they're both open cases? I have 2 numbers for him. 2 separate charges?
2 counts on each, Your Honor.
We're doing like Friday.
Okay, he has it, 538 number and a 6Z number, okay. Last 3 digits of the first one, so they're both
So what I
pending
was gonna-
charges.
What I was gonna propose, Your Honor, let me see.
There's 2 counts of harassment, I think. One,
March 20th, Your Honor? Looks like that's a review date?
fine with me. Monday, March 20th.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
And back to my earlier question, you're gonna waive effective that date then?
yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry if I didn't make that clear earlier.
Thank you.
We'll do a speedy trial waiver with the commencement date of March 20th as well.
And prosecutor's okay with that, is that correct?
Well, I had a conversation with Ms. Wetzel.
I'm just asking for them to say yes, so as long
Yes.
as they're in agreement, and she'll start typing that up.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Excellent, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sir, if you'll step over to the computer screen, sir, so you can sign there, and you'll have your court date printed out. Again, that you're coming back March 20th at 8:30. I'm sorry, did you say Cola?
Colwell, C-O-L-W-E-L-L.
Oh, ma'am. And she's on for
Yeah, that's right.
getting the trial date. Also,
Your Honor, I need to ask the court to appoint conflict counsel.
PD too, because?
Who is this?
The complaining witness, Robert Simon, my office previously represented my charge of making a false statement to a public servant.
I talked to some of them at 3, but,
Okay.
you helping out?
Mr. Cheney. Is this a, you do the, oh, you do the city, what do you do, county conflicts? I don't remember now. It's in here. You do city conflicts, not county conflicts. The county conflicts is that's one Warren Hess, I think, the new guy.
What's your name?
We'll figure it out. They just had a change of attorneys in some regards starting this year, so I guess, I think it's Warren,
Your Honor,
or he's gonna be you.
tracking PV.
And the policy is, I'm sorry, on the sheet, this is a, the new case, okay, the city case, both city cases. And for a city case, it is Mr. Cheney. Who'll be representing you, right then? Or are you gonna?
We can represent the people. It's the city.
Okay, you're gonna go out and talk to her for 10 minutes, then we'll set up a trial? Or maybe not?
Trial, Your Honor. I don't know anything about that, but.
That's what today's for. They set it over. Oh, if it was set for trial, it's set for trial a month or so out anyway, but
Yeah, we could just.
is there a
set it-
chance you can give him your reports now or whatever? He's gonna be the new attorney? Or how does that work?
Something about that. That's fine, Your Honor. I can go talk to her.
I know, I'm so sorry. So many trials.
Are you appointed on the PV as well?
Yes, we'll do that. I think that's probably simpler.
Years.
I'll step back here.
And, okay, she won't need to
The
come
interpreter
back.
is not on the list, okay.
With a, is that with a C? Castanea or something like that close?
This will be a trial setting.
Okay.
Like your trial.
And the charge is,
Assault 4,
Let's see that.
molestation, Your Honor, the relationships, previous dating relationship.
No, you didn't. He's gonna say.
okay, I would surmise 1-day trial then.
Doesn't appear that there'll be any officer unavailability. This is one that Ms. Weschelbach's just out from the 20th through the 1st of March council, so. Okay, March 8th? March 8th indeed. And that's the 6th readiness.
Yes.
Okay, exactly. It's kind of true.
Your next court date's gonna be March sixth, that's Monday at 8:30. Your jury trial was Wednesday of that week at 8:30 also. You can step over towards your right, you'll get these copies here. Thank you.
David Carter?
What'd you say, Carn? K, Carner? Okay, he is, no contact order motion as well as setting for trial.
Correct, Your Honor.
I see here. Who's the,
Looks like it's a married relationship, Rob.
I don't see, maybe, I don't see the, motion by somebody. Who is, what's her name? Her, what's her?
Durkee? I could be saying that wrong.
I have something I need to
Durkee.
Miss Durkee here? Who's making the request? You are or she is to have a no contact
Looks
order?
like she filed it, Your Honor. If the court needs a copy, I can provide a copy to the court. I have some notes that our advocate put in the file that I can read to the court.
Why don't you pass it up? I don't seem to have that for some reason.
Your Honor, there's not a no contact order in effect currently.
No, she's asking, I assume she's asking to have it dropped or changed. There is no, what'd you just say? There is no contact order or?
It was dropped.
Oh, it already was dropped then.
Yep.
Maybe she,
You
I
dropped
don't know what happened. But maybe she filed this a long time, filed this December 5th. Maybe we had a hearing.
I don't have notes in the file, but
Do we own and operate a business together?
Yeah, is it on?
I don't remember. Okay.
we'll just be sitting
What's your business, sir? What was the business you have together?
Street down the road. Auto repair.
Okay, I think I recall her
She came in.
coming in and say she had to be there. She's your
My wife.
bookkeeper type, works at the business or something like that too. Okay, I remember it now.
This March 2nd, a good day.
Yeah, that must have happened. Yeah, she filed this like almost 2 months ago, so we've heard it since then. Sorry about that.
Is this guy bleeding?
Readiness, February 27th.
Caitlin Johnson? I was like, what is this? Tyler Ray.
Mr. Randolph.
And then Oscar Castellan Castro. He's outside as well.
We picked out a Thursday jury trial day. We'll come back Monday, February 27th for readiness.
Oh, yeah. Certainly. Clear. I had one out of custody who was a test someone sent over. He was literally the first person. He was waiting. Big deal.
And I've signed on to this.
That's me.
I didn't do
Step
anything.
over. Get your copy, sir. Just a minute. Here. Get your copy, sir.
Aaron Prakash?
Counsel, looks like just about any date should be okay. Because it doesn't have anything noted. Mine's in early February. And this will be a trial set as well.
Okay.
Lisa.
Great. How'd you say that with a, P? Yeah, fine, thank you.
March 1st.
Wednesday, okay.
It's a city.
All four charge.
Who are you?
Do you need any help, Hannah?
Possibly, yes.
And if he says there's
Here?
He'll be back February 27th, which is a Monday, 8:30. Your trial set for Wednesday, March 1. You get your copy. Your attorney will give you copies.
For the next, I think that concludes Mr. Anderson. Ms. Dalton?
She was sitting right there. I think she's talking to the Roses.
Comes back, this needs to be.
Last name?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Philip.
Monda.
Wanda? Got it. Arthur here, okay.
Mondo's present this morning, Your Honor.
Never mind.
Nicole Dalton for Mr. Mondo. We're on for pretrial. I have fairly recently entered my notice of appearance, and we haven't gotten any police reports back yet. We don't have discovery at this point. So if we could just set over the pretrial today, Your Honor, I think that would be best. And I have spoken with Mr. Mondo about his speedy trial rights, and he's willing to waive those today.
No.
Okay.
I think we could probably go out to here,
Freya Willis,
Willis here, maybe the beginning of March or something like that.
Kimberly O'Dean.
And then, counsel, it looks like I was just checking the file. It looks like as of yesterday. I see
Lingard.
fine, so.
And Hannah's trial.
Oh, okay, it's probably with the courier, so.
Katie Magical Smith.
Thank you. Perhaps the 14th of March, Your Honor, I'm out of town the 7th. If we could go to the 14th, I think that would be.
Peterson, Tarek Peterson.
Recognize names.
Or in the alternative.
Tillis.
Now I've got
You can just stay there for now.
I've got a trial the one prior, the last week of February, so.
Opposed to the, that was March.
I already asked her. I'm helping.
Yes.
Okay, Tuesday, March 14th at 8:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
He said he's waiving that day. He said he was gonna waive
We
to
can
that
go
day.
ahead and set commencement for the.
Yeah, you can look
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're just setting. No one can go. Yep.
He stepped out. Just skip him. He's gonna be here a while.
Is Cortez Sanchez today, or is that
I have it.
your name?
Oh, you can skip it for a minute.
I think we have Mr. McAleer. Is the next man.
Mackler was here before me
Yeah, I'm here.
anyways.
Yours
Mr.
may have been one.
Mr. Reed, this is Ricky Reed, 6Z07-08963. It's gonna be a city diversion referral. I went over that with my client.
He's writing this on March 19th.
He will schedule an appointment in the next 7 days.
Counsel, I think we're just looking, 3 to 4 weeks is
If it was something recent
That's fine.
or
Whatever you guys got.
good job. Plain cases.
Was he willing to do a speedy trial?
Either or.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you need one.
that happened to me.
I think we stick it out 3 weeks, it probably would be one.
I don't know.
I have a commencement date. I'm just trying to see if there was one done. Commencement date,
She said that's a problem. That's been a
I
problem.
think there was one done around the 10th. I just can't
Yeah,
see
I
it in
did.
my file indicating when the
Yeah.
commencement date was. The only thing I see in
It's
front
like
of
I
me
had Michelle Wiggs
looking at
like 7 cases I separated.
as the commencement date.
No, that's fine, we can just effective.
I know, like,
date.
or Tuesday,
Yeah, let's just do data
and
return.
then all separate.
Just wants to know when you would like to come back.
Oh, I don't care.
One day was
And then what?
Let's see here.
Last week. Chris had it this one. The day before.
21st work? That work for you? Works for me. Okay.
And so I took it back to him, so I was just like, this should go Chris. Chris was
And go over here.
100% off, it's like the non-DD.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But it's like the two DD pieces. What is confusing about that?
What was the name?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Do you have your copies?
Ms. Navarro has a copy. I gave a
So,
copy
like, how-
to you guys.
Are you talking about,
Make
like,
sure that
where-
you're handing up the right one that everybody.
Let me make sure I did.
Just, oh, I see.
Should be one of those two that you did with everybody. Okay.
He said he's feeling a little bit better now. I talked to him yesterday. A bit better now. Basically, like last week was like just all sick. And so he literally just like laid in bed and didn't really ever do anything. Like, even like he like makes his head gets really. I feel like he's high. Yeah. Well, I didn't know that he picks up this stuff. This he had a sculpture. Chain out of the base on him.
We're gonna do what?
Oh, Your Honor, I think they handed up a document for diversion on this. Everybody signed off on it.
Sorry.
Hear that? Like, we literally need to put a helmet on.
But the state diversion for how many months?
Well,
I understand, ma'am, this would be a 1 year or 12-month stay. You're giving up your statutory and constitutional right to a speedy trial
Who?
and to a jury trial.
Yes.
He's just fragile.
You?
All cell phones need to be turned off.
Or headphones or something.
Radios as well.
Yeah, radios need to be turned off as well in the
Yes.
courtroom.
And she also, these are different, the states vary from the city. She's stipulating to the police reports.
she is, Your Honor.
That's very similar
Stipulate that
here.
they're factually
Admissible?
accurate, but they don't stipulate to a they don't agree to a stipulated fact bench trial. That's the city. I don't believe the state's been doing that. Maybe it's something that's changed. But in the review of the language for some old orders anyway, I didn't see that. Made a couple motions. That language was absent.
Hmm.
But they do waive that. There's language in it.
Waive jury.
Neil.
So I guess it's a bench trial with maybe not stipulated facts, it doesn't say what the diversion agreement says. Anyway, you're gonna go through this program, that's what you wanna do. So good luck to comply with all the conditions and eventually get the matter dismissed, is the idea, you understand that? And this was a, what was it charged?
Malicious mischief.
Malicious mischief. So there is or is not no contact orders? to take
No, there
place?
isn't
There
any
was one?
no contact order,
don't have any
and really just boils down to class and staying out of trouble.
Pretty de minimis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're welcome.
Mr. Anderson, I think we
Yeah.
get one of yours because you won't be here. Davidson.
Yes, thank you.
And is this a trial set?
Yes.
You say, oops.
Pretty open. Mr. Blair's got some unavailability, but I think that's gonna be outside of speed, so. March 1st.
And Your Honor, I filed a motion on this. We put the, do a combined motion readiness for your docket, Tuesday, January 31st.
Call a motion for what?
And motion to dismiss.
You'd be okay with that date or the 8th, whatever works for the court.
What's gonna take very long, the motion? What's the date?
Your Honor, the issue is that Mr. Hudson was in prison. This matter was pending, and he wrote a couple of letters on 2 separate occasions asking to be brought over from prison to address this matter and got no response.
Okay. I'm just trying to think if that's gonna take more time, that needs to be a Tuesday afternoon, or?
Yep, I think so, Your Honor.
I would defer to Ms. Blair if she's reviewed motions, so I would ask that.
I wouldn't wanna clog up a Monday or a Tuesday morning.
Okay.
So
Well,
January 31st at what time?
Well, I'm not gonna hear a long motion on a docket like this,
Right.
so you're just gonna bring them back?
No, I was suggesting the afternoon motion.
31st.
Okay, got it.
I think we would just need a time in the afternoon.
1 o'clock? That's the first one up then, okay.
What are you gonna do about her? She's got
Is that gonna be the date for readiness at this time, or is it just strictly special settlement?
I'd be fine with still combining motion readiness.
So it looks like,
If the parties are supposed that hearing can always reset out, right?
Yes. Shadow the police.
It's a week from today.
I could do it this,
You said you've already filed your motion?
Yes.
And I spoke to Ms. Blair and she seemed okay with that.
but then plead to the no contest.
It's a week from today, so she's enough time to respond, I guess.
As long as she agrees to rest because there isn't any dishes or
Set a motion for January 31st.
You never know, some victims.
Need to be here.
Are you gonna do this today?
Well, she's in custody still. Oh, I see. Oh, I need the other one. Yeah. Too, so she'll-
What dates are you looking for?
March 2nd or 3rd. He expires on the 13th. I gotta go.
You're next in line.
Start with Ms. Stubbs, Lavinia Stubbs. Stubbs. Ms. Stubbs is making way forward. And I believe the prosecutor will be dismissed.
That's correct, Your Honor. What I was, the court could just indulge me for maybe 20 seconds, but I can enter the signal. This is a situation where it was around the last week, the beginning of, we had received information that the victim, she's 71 or 72 years old. We go to the hospital, we didn't have a lot of information. Just knew it was going to be an indefinite stay. I had requested to do a PA interview with her. That and what had prevented that from happening before I wanted to feel confident or call the case ready. So what I'm getting at is, we may receive information.
Oh, emailed it.
I don't think that's gonna be the case. So this could be one that we end up refiling, Your Honor. I don't have any indications. We are going forward with this. she notifies our office and comes in for a K meeting, this may be, we'll cross that bridge. At that time.
What's the relationship between the parties?
They were roommates, Your Honor. We got this one because of some of the desires of the victim, specifically no contact order, or just being roommates, Your Honor. The initial indications.
Anyway, they're not gonna be seeing each other now, they're separated. I mean, the order may not be out, but,
And I know the alleged victim at
okay,
one
we're gonna, as
point-
long as you stay away from her, hopefully, there won't be any issues, but this charge on the prosecutor's motion is now being dismissed. Dismissal without prejudice means they could bring it back if she gets better, gets out of the hospital, wants charges, or whatever factors there are, they'd have to get a hold of you quickly and get the matters, set within the speedy trial time, which may only be a few weeks, I don't know. Okay.
Just information, Your Honor,
Here's your
just
copy. So the no contact order is gonna be dropped now.
That no contact order will get dropped, Your Honor. However, I don't know if it's still in place, but I know at one point the victim issued a temporary no contact order. That may still be in place, so I just want her to be
I
aware.
may have got a,
Yeah,
thing
that's
on
what
the
I-
Superior
I know it
Court.
was reissued.
5-year no contact.
It was issued out of Superior Court?
It was. I know it was
Well,
reissued.
then you're aware of it, obviously, then you can't have no,
I'm not gonna go there.
can't have contact with her because of the current Superior Court order that may be out. Sounds like.
You have to go sign for the
Okay, Your Honor, the next case I have is Monica Lansbury. Is Lansbury here? And Your Honor, after running a conflicts check on this case, it came up that we represented the alleged victim in a possession of stolen property in June and July of this year. So at this time, I'm asking us to.
So Greg Cheney's here.
That would be Mr. Cheney.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't hear that, I heard my name. That's fine, Your Honor. If we could just set this matter to that same February 21st docket, that way we'll have a chance to receive the police reports, meet with Ms. Lansbury, and come back with a good sense of where we're headed.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Yeah, you'll sign here, that's the prosecutor here on that February 21st. Ready to go.
People. Next.
Ms. Chervin, Julie Chervin. Or this is going to be a diversion entry. I believe we have a stay of proceedings that needs to be signed. Do you have a copy? I have the defendant.
I'll take a look at it.
Urban?
So that's it.
I mean, there might be just.
Got some, it's got, stress right now is I've got 2 felony cases that are gonna come out later where I'm just getting
What was the charge with her?
An assault 4 allegation.
in custody.
Okay, ma'am, this is gonna be
And, Your Honor, we
a
may have.
one-year stay?
Yeah.
On the diversion? It's on the first page. The commencement of your speedy trial starts
I don't like to file motions.
July
for
24th of 2018. That gives them enough time to certainly bring you to trial. Hopefully you won't go to trial because the matter will be dismissed before then. Their front page, it usually says,
Over it, she just needs to sign.
there it is.
Yesterday.
So it's being stayed for
No, we're
a
fine. We're not.
year and a half. take up on this case?
Just a second, Your Honor.
We're just filling out, so.
Doing some signing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
There was one where she signed in the judge's spot, so.
Oh, there's a print in this.
Oh, and then, so print there, yeah. You can
Is it still playing? Does it play? Does it end? Do you know? I think it's over. Tickets were expensive. So a star.
Do we file the white rose then?
I can break them off for that. The white copies, I keep, it's really relevant.
And then you can step over to the computer. Okay, I'll just do it.
Here, let me review this. I don't know if she's gonna plead, but just in case. I think she is. She demanded to plead guilty before he asked. He said that she was crazy.
And then Mr. Cheney, I think you have a couple matters.
We do, Your Honor. If we call Javante Hunter Jones. Hunter Jones is making his way forward, Your Honor. This will be a change of plea to one count assault for domestic violence by way of a Newton plea.
This isn't your first rodeo,
And I
Lacey.
believe I handed those files, yes.
Looks like I have them, Your Honor. Yeah, and Counsel, while we let Madam Clerk get caught up, you wanna just make sure there may have been some communications. Just wanna make sure that reflects the conversation.
We didn't talk about this one.
Oh,
This
okay.
is what we have.
Good, good.
Unless you wanna make it better, we
No, no.
won't object, please.
I remember us talking on the phone and I couldn't remember.
I'm handing
Okay,
forward
what are
a
we doing?
pretrial agreement and a change of plea paperwork, Your Honor. I'll review the
It's
file.
under Hunter Jones.
Hunter Jones, it's hyphenated, but it's more than likely gonna be under H.
Hey, Jim.
So, it's pleading as charged and not to amend anything, is that correct?
Just to add.
Looks like it. You went over this document with your attorney, sir, so you understand what the recommendation from the prosecutor is?
I'll let you take that one. You're really good with the people that like.
Okay, there's an amended citation. The person you're supposed to have,
Oh, wait, please.
assaulted is
The dating relationship.
Jasmine Collins.
They were dating Mr. Randall.
Oh, okay. That's just a note. I will withdraw that.
Okay, well, I'm typing up here, what did, does he have much of a prior, you're asking for a healthy jail sentence?
Looks like there's an assault for non-DV. This is juvenile history. Above.
Dates for Whitaker.
Assault for non-DV 2011, robbery, robbery second degree 2011, F3 2010, 2010 assault for non-DV. Looks like there was
So a
an
couple
injury to
different
the arm,
assaults.
ankle, and head. I think part of the recommendation, Your Honor, is based on the fact or the allegation and how that the defendant stomped on the victim's hand.
Okay, that would certainly sound serious, I'll get to the facts then, I guess, a second. Is the victim here today? Not. You're not, I guess? Okay. You're 20 years of age, you got your GED, you got Mr. Cheney as your attorney. Even if the right to a speedy public trial with an impartial jury, right to remain silent, right to hear and question witnesses. Witnesses could testify on your behalf too at no expense. Presumption of innocence goes away now that you plead guilty. You can only appeal if you went through a trial by judge or jury. I'll read the PC statement. Also. You're doing a Newton plea, although I do not admit to the facts alleged, understand there is substantial risk that I could be convicted, found guilty if a jury believed the facts. Therefore, I'm pleading guilty to accept the prosecutor's offer. again, for the prosecutor, go ahead and state the facts. Who called it? I mean, she called the police and she said she was injured. He kicked her or did something on?
I think I can provide the factual basis, Your Honor. To answer that question before I provide the basis, I think a neighbor called.
Tell us.
In my reading of the police report narrative, approximately 20 or 30 minutes. But if this case would have proceeded to trial, the city would have anticipated presenting evidence that the defendant in the city of Vancouver, state of Washington, on or before October 15, 2016, did intentionally assault another person by striking that individual in the head, and then when that person was on the ground, also kicked her while she was on the ground. This person was Jasmine Collins. We would have presented evidence that they were in a dating relationship. In addition, there were independent witnesses, at least one who would have observed her or him strike her before she fell to the ground. In addition to the testimony of the I didn't say that occurred in the city of Vancouver State.
It's, the police says the front of her clothing was dirty. There was fresh abrasions on the inside of her left arm and outside of her ankle. She refused medical attention, but she said she was kicked in the head while she was on the ground, is what I'm reading. And a couple, they saw parts of it, the neighbors, I think, is what it says.
Looks like there was two. One heard screaming.
Grabbed her by the left arm and swung her to the ground, causing injury. Assault was witnessed by neighbor Angela. Well, you have a right to speak. You don't have to, sir. Is there anything you want to say?
Your Honor, we would ask for a set-over sentencing at this time.
Okay.
Essentially, he's dealing with a couple of medical issues. We'd like to get those resolved. We don't need more than a couple of weeks. So if the court has a docket availability, say in mid-February, that should be sufficient.
Well, they got doctors over in jail.
They do, Your Honor. The issue
Okay, what?
is he needs a tuberculosis test, and he's had some issues with that. So what he's hoping to do is go see an outside physician at Kaiser where he has insurance, get the tuberculosis issues cleared away before checking into the jail, because there's some limitations that make it more difficult for the jail to be able to provide that service.
What's the prosecutor's position? I don't want to endanger other people in the jail either, I guess, if he is
I don't think it's an
CB or
unreasonable
what.
request, Your Honor. I would defer to the court on
That'll be important for me.
This,
This isn't a long set-over, just enough time to schedule a Kaiser visit.
but again, you're asking not for a later report date. You're asking that
We set
come
over
back for
sentencing.
sentencing.
For the ideally mid-February, about 2 to 3 weeks out.
Okay, if the prosecutor has no objection, so we're not gonna do sentencing today, then a return to court date. Obviously, there's a no contact order, right? Out protecting.
That'd be the same.
Yeah, I can give them a no contact order. For
Just don't know if the dress circle's gonna be like, is it slow?
How about February 14th, Your Honor?
Okay.
Lower mezzanine.
Pegel here and sign that.
I don't know where you're. Yeah, this is a good idea. Thank you.
it together, you just buy all of them and I'll just pay you back. You scratch off, right? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it this afternoon. I'll look at the rest of the stuff.
Okay. You can actually look at it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll.
I was thinking that was Candace. What do you have to say?
Maybe one, but I don't know how many out of custodies are, so.
I guess.
Mr. Reed is still here.
Just me.
There's two reads?
With 4 people.
Yeah, there's gotta be two Reed. All that one next. We can,
Whichever one you want.
let's do Reed.
We don't have a file.
Mr. Randall, this is the motion for refiling for change of city.
Oh, I do remember that.
Oh, here it
There's- It actually had already been done. After I sent the
That's
email,
fine.
I saw that, but I think, yeah.
You and I saw the same. Your Honor, Mr. Reed is making his way forward. He was originally assigned to our office because
we
it was
couldn't
a
do
city
that.
case that was then refiled as a county case. Come on up.
He like grabbed her hand.
So subsequent to that, we, pursuant to our contract, don't handle county cases. So I believe we're here to have Mr. Terry assigned to this case under the
Yeah, now
contract.
you can have this. That's my argument.
It's correct, Your Honor. This is,
They are in the middle of.
Mr. Cheney was correct. The only thing, I had kind of contacted Mr. Cheney about this. After kind of emailing him, one of my concerns, or one of the things I was thinking about was, I don't think this type of conflict counsel, so unless there's a short set over for the set.
What's the, excuse me, what is the issue?
Well, it should have never been assigned to our office. It should have been assigned to Mr. Terry. I think there was just a mistake in the paperwork, but our office doesn't handle county contracts.
It was a case that was investigated by city. It's actually in a color file that would be associated with the city case, so I could see whoever came for first appearance. We've filed to correct it. I think a second amended citation was filed. Was caught, however.
I need to have Mr. Terry.
You know, Mr. John.
He's not appearing in any conflicts today, is he? So what are we gonna do?
It's perfect.
I haven't seen him in the courthouse today, Your Honor.
Do anyone want him back?
He's screening for a court-appointed attorney. He may want to.
Well, if it's filed as a VPD case number, then where did it occur?
Problem is VPD, the city of Vancouver does not have jurisdiction on this case.
It didn't occur within the city limits?
That's correct.
So, I mean, we could file an APSTAT and they can refile it, but, I mean, I think this would be a short way to, I know Mr. Randall would already caught it just like I did.
And it looks, if you look at the amended citation, the language
Okay, well,
is in the state of Washington.
He's facing his third strike. Bird, blue bird.
Oh, I didn't know that either. All right.
Of course.
So Mr. Hess then.
Appointed.
So I guess the request, or the conversation the court may
Maybe
have
I've been
with
waiting for
Mr.
so
Reed is
long
whether
to
or
do
not,
a case with you, and I'm just like.
again, I don't think this is a conflict counsel, so I don't think we're dealing with that as totally speedy. I think we still have the right to trial.
You have to be pretty angry to kidnap a woman and rape them in your
So, that being said, I'm asking.
I think you have to be really stupid to do that. I think it's angry.
And Mr. Hess can decide.
You want us to set it for trial today without
That's what
consulting
I-
your new attorney, or do you want
You like sexed
to have a short set over to get your attorney, or?
50 Shades of Grey them without signing the release consent forms.
Your Honor, I will be out. When are you out of town? We can get you in before March 5th. So Your Honor, we'll waive speedy trial effective today's date. Mr. Reed's fine with
You
that.
said you
Maybe
represent,
just
I
get-
don't remember.
Maybe a return to court on February 21 for Mr. Terry. That'd give Mr. Terry about a month. Mr. Hess, you give him about a month to
He said he needed it.
get those police reports. Waive effective today.
Cortez.
Jake to call it.
And if we don't,
What are you waiting for, Neil?
Got one left.
That's fine, Jake.
Are they here?
and we have a speedy waiver as of the
Did you sign it?
I'm in, sign it. Thanks for checking in.
I figured she did.
See, you've got a lucky day book. What was
Started actually that was Detroit. Did you go to bench probation?
Man, I'm really good at gifts.
Except for new law.
I'm excited for that. John?
You're welcome. I'll be in touch with your new attorney.
And Mr. Cheney has one more matter, Your Honor. I think we're just going to be doing a SAC referral. Last name is Kristen.
Is this great?
There's two cause numbers. And it's from the same incident. This was one where last time we were in court, Your Honor, we did a SAC referral. This was also the time where we had to court. So the plan is just to execute another SAC referral. We're okay on speedy trial. Effective date as of January 9th. So I'll leave it up to counsel as to when him and his client will like.
You just set this.
So February 21st, 2017. do not miss each one.
Your Honor, just so the court is aware, she is in 4-day-a-week IO.
Let's go.
So she's
Yeah.
doing everything she needs to
So
do.
the Timbers preseason starts in a few weeks, and preseason tickets are always really cheap. I've never been to a Timbers game. There's something about when you go during this, like you need to expect to pay like at least $50 for a ticket. Especially if it's like on like a Saturday after. They're $20.
Okay, going back to court, ma'am, January 24th. What, that's a week from
Sorry,
or
Your
excuse
Honor.
me, today's, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I was reading, no, it's today's date here, excuse me. A little bigger here.
February
Oh,
21.
February 21, so. That is Tuesday, okay. Okay, you get your copy to be screened. Okay.
Thank you. Karina Gonzalez.
Your Honor, Ms. Gonzalez is here for mandatory pre-trial. We're asking to set for trial. I've selected March 6th for readiness, March 9th for trial. It's a county case, so I think just need to see if prosecutors available.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
Did you have a proposed date, counsel?
Yep, March 9th.
Oh,
Can I have a check?
You're good on March 9th.
That works.
All right, sounds good. Just step right over here by the copy after the judge signs.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I just need to sign this. And then counsel, while we're still on the Gonzalez matter, could I have you sign on this?
So we got, readiness, Monday, March 6th, 8:30. Jury trial we set for Thursday, the 9th.
Correct. Register. Patrick Register. What truly says this? This is stepped out. Patrick, come on up. No. And Your Honor, we're also asking to set for trial. He's here for mandatory. I've selected March 6th for readiness, March 10th for trial.
I just have one officer I need to check this.
See better. Yeah. Thank you. You too, Karina.
Also, that was
That works? Okay. So sign right here, Patrick. March 6th is the next court date. Jacob, is this clothing is at
It's just a resource that we sometimes refer, so we
Oh.
just disclose sometimes that we refer a resource on this case.
Okay.
What's the name of this?
Giving Closet?
It must be a nonprofit
Okay.
organization.
Alright, so he's gonna sign, the judge will sign.
Freya
it.
Willis.
Give you a copy, you're good to go.
Amy Magical Smith.
Mr. Anderson, I believe you have.
Tarek Peterson.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Megan Bloom?
No.
Alright, I've not had a chance to meet with Ms. Bloom yet. We would, request to set over till next Monday, January 30th.
Officer, okay with that?
No objections, Your Honor, we're still okay on speaking of the commencement date as of
Last case, we got trials.
Got in a car accident. Stop. Hit me. So I had to deal with the police. Way to agility practice. No, nowhere. So is your got to get fixed. Well, they tried to pass me, and when they passed me, they didn't go far enough forward. And they clipped the front of my car.
You had an accident? When?
Last night, we took off. They were hit cops last night. Oh yeah, they didn't stop. They were gone. We were done like 7. So that doesn't happen. I gotta pay them $500 my front panel. I have a $500 deductible. It's like on the front, the well panel. Because they tried to pass me when they came back over. They like
Lisa
way out in
Cortez
elevation.
Sanchez. Your Honor, this is
Going
on
to agility
mandatory. Miss Cortez Sanchez.
It was really scary behind me in the non-passing zone. How slow am I going? Because I drive slow.
She is not here.
40 and
And, Your Honor, this is a case that, as counsel indicated,
There's
the
no
promise to appear was for today's
which are
date,
from
not one of the summons from last week.
So yeah, but so it's, it did. I think I went down to 35, and then like got to the passing zone, and he immediately pulled out from behind me, and then went to cut back.
Okay, wait a second, let me find her.
It's Cortez
Where he's drunk.
C-O-R-T-E-Z, or it
Yeah,
could
but I
be
didn't get the license
So what was this?
because
The-
don't go in that ditch.
She was on for this is a re-summons, is that what I
No,
heard you
this
say?
was not a summons.
It's
She
like
signed
that.
a promise to appear for today's
Or
date.
today, sorry, I thought I heard somebody else said it.
So anyway, yeah. I'm okay. The dogs are okay, but my car is drivable. It's yeah.
What did you say you wanted for bail?
Yeah, this was an ROR, Your Honor, so I think nominal bail is appropriate. We're not really aware of much in the way of criminal history. We're not aware of.
I don't think there's any criminal history.
What was the underlying charge?
It's an assault 4 allegation, Your Honor, between a parent and child, so. Parent is the defendant, the child is the victim.
Parents and child.
Previous
previously dated.
Hey, how are you doing? I've been here a lot lately. You're just used to not seeing me.
Is there a screen for diversion or anything, or no? What are they doing?
Diversion was an offer that was on the table, however, she's not here today, so we would just ask for
I know.
bail in the amount of $500, Your Honor.
$1,000 bail and allow Belgium to be added on across your wishes.
Sounds like there's an interpreter matter.
Never mind, just sit down.
Your Honor, call Santa and John, this is a interpreter matter. Your Honor, he just screened for court-appointed counsel, and he qualifies for court-appointed counsel. So I'd like to file a notice of appearance. And it looks like he's already entered pleas of not guilty. So at this point, I'd like to have him waive his right to a speedy trial and set the matter over to February 28th.
I wants to call
review.
Rick.
Okay.
He speaks decent.
I always like to put notes. I just have Lamadou.
Chukis.
So, speaks English, huh? Yeah, get down in the United States. Oh, it's under. Okay.
So we got the, excuse me, we got the date for the,
Yes, Your Honor, February 28th, and we'll waive
Jane
speedy
Custody
trial.
is coming over? No. Are they coming? Yes.
you speak English too? A little bit, that sounds like a fair amount. How long have you been in the United States? How many years have you been in the United States?
United States.
3? Did you learn English before you came here?
English
You were how old?
21.
You attended high school here? Hmm. Okay, well, I'm not sure you need an interpreter?
Yes.
Because?
I think it is proper.
I want to understand everything, especially legal terms.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Lamadou, are you here?
What's your name? Came up on some conflicts, but I don't know. Guess you're not, I don't know. You're not doing the county conflicts this
No.
year?
Come forward. Your Honor, I cited this on for my motion to withdraw. I think that this point in time, he's hired new counsel, so I think that addresses itself.
Okay, have you retained counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, I am retained. My name is Jenny Clark, Washington Bar number 42311, and detained yesterday on this matter.
Okay. You're Clark County? Nothing matters, I guess.
I'm sorry?
Clark County attorney from, or,
No, I'm from Portland,
oh, that's fine. I just,
but I have a member of the Washington
as
Bar.
long as you remember the Washington, I just hadn't seen you as a regular practitioner here in Clark County. There's a lot of new people. That's because you don't normally practice here in Clark
No, I
County.
do not normally practice in Clark County.
Okay,
That is true,
that's
Your
fine.
Honor.
Okay,
So
great.
I think that's,
So what do we, what's the posture of the
I don't
case
know
here?
if they've, I'm done with the case, so.
Obviously, you have no objection to him withdrawing, you retain new counsel, is that correct?
Yes, Your
Okay, I'll allow Mr. Torrey to withdraw then.
And I understand there's trial dates coming up on this for the readiness of February 21st. For the 23rd and 24th, we're gonna wanna set that over because I don't even have a copy of the file yet. also, my client is asking that, he wanted to verify on a divorce matter, the victim, he wants to get a divorce and he can serve her with paperwork on a divorce. He wanted to verify that he can have a process serve her with divorce paperwork. And
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's an exception within the
That's fine.
rules, yeah, service of process. I mean, he obviously shouldn't be doing the service or anything like that.
I'm sorry, Your
He
Honor.
shouldn't be doing the service anyway, it wouldn't be valid, but yeah, service of process for legal matters is an exception to the no contact order.
correct, and he's also asking that he can have third-party communication for purposes of arranging visitation, court-ordered visitation with his children. Okay, I don't represent on the family law case, so. Criminal case.
Sure it was.
If he can bring in evidence that some judge has allowed visitation, is that, I know in some of your past, letters, you made comments about that you haven't visited your children in I don't know how many years, or hadn't seen them in a couple of years, so I was thinking that might have been because a judge is not allowing it, I don't know.
Anyways.
Yes. Sheriff Peterson, do you wanna wait to speak? Let's wait. Will, for the record, my client's consented to waiving speedy trial so that, and he's out of custody, so that we can set new dates for the trial.
I gave her one.
Okay. You have to go back, doesn't the orders? Clerk has said that she looked up the order and it already does say third-party contact allowed to facilitate child visitation is on the order. Is that correct? Who is that? Okay, that's an old order from Judge Langsdorf that allows that.
It does allow.
You should have a, you need us to,
We're both pro se, Your Honor.
you need us to print another copy of it? Can we do that? Okay.
So you said the waiver.
That's very specific.
Ma'am, you haven't filed the notice of appearance yet, have you?
Yes, I will file a notice of hearing.
It's right there.
For the trial on it.
It's the one that's hanging on.
Say filter, please. Those ones say failure to appear, or, in case of. All right.
I'll get in a written.
You have to write a different one.
On motion of council.
I'll file it today.
And then this is all. Those things.
No, they're on the other side of the bench.
Or, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Alhamdu, your trial is being reset now to the date of March 27th, which is a Monday, which means the readiness that you'll come back for, I'm sorry.
And
And
Your
the
Honor,
jury trial is gonna be on Thursday, the 30th? What?
when is it determined who the trial judge on that's gonna be here?
Could be me.
Which out in the closer,
It'll be here in
My client is
evening.
asking for a different judge for the trial.
Probably out of luck.
What?
Probably out of luck. I made a number of discretionary motions, discretionary rulings. You can file his motion. That's what it is with the DV. What judge you want?
Anybody other than you, Your Honor?
Okay, well. Sometimes it happens if there's multiple cases going on one day that we assign them out to other judges, but you have to set out a legal reason. And then I guess I'd rule on it.
Well, Your Honor.
Okay.
You got one more quick matter. Pedro Ramos Gonzalez. Sorry, I'm upstairs in trial right now.
Next.
Day two.
Oh, you got a whole bunch of them. Yeah, it's just one that's.
We had speedy trial waived December 27th.
Get up there now or never get it.
Assessment was set over to next week. We
Got one on
should
the
probably
list
have the
and then-
interpreter here before we do anything other than that.
Then somebody else is on
Next
it.
Tuesday.
Then I'm on the list again. Like 15 cases. All I know is on.
So I think
I need to go back to trial, so I'm just asking to set this over to next.
I think he said he's talking to his client.
She's saying they should have brought a book. I was just.
Yeah.
I was
Usted regresar.
doing that this morning, but I was like, oh, I only have 3 cases this morning.
Tuesday you will be here?
You speak some English?
A little bit.
What day are you coming back?
I hate
When are you gonna come back to court?
Next week.
Sounds like you got it. Next Tuesday, right?
We'll sign a promise.
A week from today, next Tuesday at 8:30. Thank you.
Ms. Curtis?
I had it, sorry.
Oh, thanks. Like, where is it?
And then here's some.
So, Ms. Curtis, we've selected trial dates for you for March 9th with a readiness hearing on March 6th. So, sign here.
Trial's going soon.
February felony. And I'm handing forward a trial set form with dates of March 6th and March 9th, 8:30.
We'll go to trial. So that's in February. So February, March, April.
Here's the prosecutor's omnibus demand.
How did that happen? Then
Okay, Monday will be the readiness, Thursday, the jury trial date.
the ones that get hired to do these nasty sex cases, you know. Yeah. And they pay the bills, so you can't determine what's But the nature of the litigation always sort of lends itself.
Castellan Castro?
Didn't touch the grand. Yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna sound diversion. Good for business. So hard to get with.
Your Honor,
Yes?
this is Mr. Castellan Castro. It's under CASTE.
Yes, that's true. We found it, thank you.
And he is without attorney pro se today. He would like to screen for the diversion program, the county's diversion program. So he would need to have his case set over about 6 weeks with a waiver of due now. I
think it just
go over that with her.
Mood of the lawyer the day they're.
You're gonna represent yourself, not have an attorney, and get screened for diversion. Is that what you wanna do, sir? Okay.
So.
And then you're gonna waive, you have a right to have your trial set within 90 days when you first appeared in court, which, obviously was back on December 19th, I think.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
February 28th, does that work? February 28th.
It's pretty cool. I'm not expensive.
Okay, when are you asking that his commencement of waiver be?
That day, I think.
Okay, return date. So you're willing to waive, effective the date you come back, which would give them 90 days from that day to bring you to trial? Your waiver starts February 28th. Okay, thank you.
So you're gonna have sign
Okay, this is Mr. Rankin.
Yes, sir.
3, 4.
You're gonna enter into the diversion program in the state case. You're giving up your constitutional and statutory right to a speedy trial.
We call it the Manzai. There's only one up there, and there's desks up there, but it's still all open air. So we need to Nate, Graham, Roger, Kevin, and then you girls are all downstairs. Yeah, and then there's
We're still having
upstairs.
to update the
Yeah, so that's like it's all like
2017,
it's up there. So
all these dates.
Christy has an office, Neil has an office, Roscoe has an office,
I'm changing them, sir.
and there's like smart desks up there. That's nice. But yeah, I think it's pretty. So is it like a little bit? It's like really, yeah. 'Cause it used to be an architecture. Worked in there last. I hated having ones because.
You do a waiver of speedy trial, getting up your statutory and constitutional rights to a speedy trial. Understand that, sir?
Yes.
Bunch of other businesses, and there's like the front desk and a bunch of other offices. So like being, and you're in like a area. Yeah. Lots of
Now approving you entering into diversion. All your monies and so forth gets, paid not to district court, but to the prosecutor's office. Paid diversion, okay? Thank you.
Apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently office they built a new building.
Ms. Whitaker?
Do you like go out, like look at buildings, spaces, and just delves or Christy and go. What? Is Christy being groomed to take over? No, I'm not sure.
Talk to Lacey about that.
We're doing what on her matter?
She left. She was at Grace.
Your Honor, we have selected a trial date of March 2nd and a readiness hearing date of February 27th.
She's back with us.
Just to
Every
have
Christy
the
had to be a job share. They all.
Well, that's convenient. Yeah, I mean, like, when's Jeff gonna
Never.
Is he gonna be like my dad?
Pick up like work. Maybe.
Signed it.
I mean, he's definitely reducing like this next year in 2017. I don't think he's gonna do misdemeanors anymore. 'Cause he's been doing
You come back Monday, February 27th at 8:30, ma'am.
Has he been
We
doing
set your trial for the
Really?
Thursday of that week.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna start stepping back. Stepping down.
How old is Jeff?
62 or 63.
Yeah, he's getting there.
2-year-old now.
Monday trial.
Tillis? Next.
At a loss for words about that. I look at, under my life, it's just, imagine
Tillis, come on forward.
Chris is coming back.
And Your Honor, at this time, we need some more time to hear.
I've only seen him in here
on the
briefly
Tillis
today.
matter, so we are.
Does he have people here?
Trial as of
He's got a
today
client.
and asking
Got him.
to return to court on February 14th.
Who is it?
Laura Heisen.
Do you want me to like look it up?
I wanna go back with you.
Actually, let me. Mr. Tongamoa? This case is on for readiness today. Unfortunately, due to the confusion with the snow days, we were not able to get, I believe that's my fault, so court. Mr. Tongamoa does speak pretty okay English, and based on our conversation before, does
Said
want
it's on for readiness.
readiness, and he does want to go forward for trial, which is tomorrow.
Trying to go through mine. What other ones did we call? Or is that one on at 1:30? I'm trying to remember.
No.
Isn't there one on for 1:30 tomorrow to see if it's
Whitney, are you leaving?
wanna go Thursday? I'm trying to remember. We had ones called ready for Thursday and Friday.
This is,
And it
this
has
was
like
set
7.
for readiness because of the interpreters and the notification.
You might wanna check upstairs. From there might be going.
It was for last Tuesday.
Oh, okay, so this one's for tomorrow.
Agitating the gravel.
Good job.
We have them for tomorrow.
We have timing papers for tomorrow.
Filming or scheduled
For what?
DR
Oh.
this afternoon.
Oh, 1 minute.
Well,
Oh,
if they all go, I'll be busy.
Neil was just
Security
saying
trial's going this week.
Laura Heisen or something. She's here.
What?
I don't know.
Laura?
Dismiss the case, again, just because of the novel. Obviously, we
now?
don't like being on the hook for that, but we have another victim. It's been disconnected, readiness the day before trial, we don't have time to essentially be able to confirm with the court.
Mhm.
I won't be back to the office for a long time.
So this was an assault on
Oh, you can have that. Did I give it?
If you,
What?
Randy is right.
Caitlin Johnson?
Wait, what? Randy.
Miss, do you want to? Yeah, let's call it.
Is there, was there no contact order dropped or the drop? I think she may have came, if I'm thinking right, maybe she came to court once. and-
She's been to court, Your Honor. Yeah. Agreed order to vacate.
I'm so sorry. I don't want you to think I'm stuck.
He get his.
Just a motion to vacate.
I was,
It has, he qualifies, the prosecutor signed off on it, ran NCIC and I think
spread.
PCH.
Yeah. What's happening is they are.
Yeah, I don't know. You should just go.
That's happening.
You really?
Thank you, Your
It's
Honor.
happening.
Getting up there, it's just like, will anyone be pissed at you?
So
There's no-
that's happening like in a couple months. So he's just saying, can you please God get this done, whatever.
Just about to.
Help him.
Yeah.
So she's.
Maybe that's how you type out that type of laugh.
Send me an email.
Text.
I said, I don't want to talk to you about this. Saying,
Oh, here, I'll tell you. Here you go, you guys.
she's not saying all of it didn't happen. She's just saying,
You guys still have foreign.
this is very uncharacteristic. It's not.
Yeah.
And
Foreign custodies as
it's
a.
not right. So,
Annie is supposed to have any Audis.
his big thing is just please God, let's put this behind us.
Oh, I ran
So I'd like to get it.
Yeah.
I'm motivated to really get it off. Yep. Is that cool?
That sounds like hi. We just like stood there and smiled at each other.
Supportive. I wouldn't say we.
How much? I'm like, okay. And then I left, and then she sent me an email.
That's something.
Good to see you. What's new? Cool. Anya.
Bye, everybody.
Adios. Salt too because of pepper spray.
We have?
Your Honor, I have Daniela Rosca.
This is on for, I think it's a review actually.
This is a review, Your Honor. We also filed a motion to rescind or modify the no contact order. That was e-filed on December 30th. I'm not sure if the court has a copy of that.
I have a copy if the court does not have a copy.
See, I don't have it as a hard copy here, but who,
I can provide a hard copy if the court would like. I'm in receipt.
here? Well, how do you wanna modify it, or what's the situation?
Well, the situation is currently the protected party who is, Ms. Rosca's ex-husband is living in her home.
Is he here?
He is, Your
Is that him
Honor.
back there?
I had
Okay.
an opportunity to speak with him prior to today's hearing about the motion to rescind the contract. I believe when we get to it, he would like to address the court. He may be able to speak a little bit better than I can, just because of the confusion regarding the dual properties.
Yes,
Rachel
I mean,
Guthrie.
my understanding is, Your Honor, in speaking with Daniela, is this is her home, it's in her name. He was doing some
Rachel Guthrie.
remodeling or renovation work on it for her up until, this charging incident. Now he is staying in the home. She is living out of a motel. Problem with that is, obviously it's her home. She also has a business attached to the home, which is an adult family foster home. That is her business, that is her, you know, her planned income, which she can't, get any because she's not
What
allowed
is,
to go to
okay,
the
sir, why
house.
don't you step up in between the two tables?
Cornell?
What is the plan? This right there is fine, or back, yeah, right there. Close enough, thank you. So you're the protected party where it's alleged she is supposed to have assaulted you, is that correct? Okay, so did you not want the no contact order?
I want the no contact order in place.
You want the no contact order?
Yeah, he wants to stay in her house.
That's great.
So it's, I think he
And,
would,
So,
and.
her house, his house, when did they
It's
get the
her
house?
It's her house. He had a home in Portland, and when she was arrested, he stayed in her home and went through the process of selling his home in Portland, living in her home while he's trying to find another home, I don't know, but, he's kinda taking advantage of this no contact order and, using it as an opportunity to stay in her home rent-free while he could sell his home in Portland and he's looking to find other residents. And meanwhile, she's living out of a motel, unable to resume her business, and,
Cause she can be within,
she can't be within X amount of feet of
Feet,
her home where
250
her
feet.
business is. There is an addition to the home that is her actual business.
if I remember correctly, I think this is one that allows for some form of electronic communication. Only contact may be text, email. In my conversation, and I'll let Mr. Rosca correct me if I'm wrong, he would like the no contact to remain as is currently. That is also the city's position, Your Honor. This is a criminal matter. You know, I really don't wanna get into a civil property disputes. I know that there's gonna be an overlap when we have no
They already were done.
I think Neil called that.
residents.
Wasn't
Or
mine.
Kosh.
I don't know what wisdom this court's
Pretty sure
gonna
Neil
have.
called that.
Well, that's true, Your Honor. I mean, of course, he wants the no contact order to stay as is,
We just
while
all
she's
haven't.
living rent-free in her home. She has hired a family law attorney to start the eviction process. They do have a hearing on on February 8th. However, her attorney has told her that the eviction could take several months. And so we would like to modify the no contact order to, she just wants to get back in her home, you know. She doesn't wanna have contact with him either, but she needs to
how
get
big
in
of a
her
place
home.
is this?
How big a place?
No,
It's an addition with 4 rooms and 4 bathrooms for a family home and my home where I live.
is your home separate, that he's living in separate from the place where the adults,
No,
live?
he is living in my home, which is completely, so it's the home and the addition, and he is using to honor this home. The restraining order is his there.
How long you been married to him, or you're not married to him?
15 years.
What?
I've been married for 15 years with him.
No, but he was living in that home too then?
We had 2 homes, which I both paid entirely, and one in Vancouver, which from the divorce was awarded to me, and one in Portland, which was awarded to him. And I got out for that home, from this home, which is awarded to him.
Okay, cause he, okay, I'm sorry, you said go through the protection, he's an ex-husband.
That's
They're
correct.
going through it. I think they're still going through the dissolution.
No.
Oh, is
They
it?
say ex-husband, then I guess they're not going to the dissolution. What, okay, sir, you don't have any other place to live?
Right now,
I
the
understand
house-
there's balancing tests, but can't put her on the employment lines either. She has to be there at the work, but there's not additional rooms in that side of the house or extra wing for you to stay, if I allow you to go there?
Your Honor,
Get
he's
sorted
got,
out?
he's got 2 homes now.
I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you. You're saying that there's a house in addition, and some addition on the house, or a separate house where all the adults live?
I think this has been a home that's been converted into an adult
Yes.
foster home. I used to go into these when I worked for
I know what they are too, I got friends that own them.
larger homes, and then they have rooms for each individual that needs care, and then a lot of times there's
She talked about an addition. There's a separate
But is it
look.
all one home?
It's one home, and because
They
of,
added an addition with extra rooms to the home. As a whole, it has extra room for,
And this is the same place where this incident occurred, Your Honor. It occurred essentially the last day, I think, of the renovation.
Yes.
Essentially, they're kind of finishing up, so that's just additional information I'd like to give the court. It is obviously, I don't want to say obviously, but it seems that the property in and of itself is, dear to both individuals.
Could be dear, but I don't know who has legal ownership.
And that's the thing that I would caution the court. I'm not in a position to give
Your Honor,
legal
please
ownership. I
let
don't
me
know.
go home. I'm homeless, I'm jobless, and he's keeping 2 homes right now, and I'm on the end of
Do you have another home in Portland?
It's another home, but it's pending right now. I cannot go in the house.
It's what?
It's pending for sale.
Pending sale.
It's not my problem, Your
I know.
Honor. He's just, I'm taking care
So
of.
once it's sold, then you got money to, you don't dispute what she's saying, that she owns that house? That's
Yeah, she owns the house. That's true, but we are going right now through a legal matter because of the eviction. I give her the
Went
possibility.
through a legal matter of what?
I think that's what counsel was getting into.
I'm talking to him, just a second. What legal matter are you talking about?
They better figure it
She tried
out.
to evict me without notice, without nothing from the house.
It's not true, Your
And
Honor.
we have on the 3rd of February.
It's not true, all I.
Let him finish.
Do a video appearance?
Tried to evict you out of the house that she owns. You're not here telling me today that you do have a right to be at that property.
Yes, because we got, until I finish up the addition, and I have text messages and everything from her, where she's telling me that I can stay until February without any problem, and these text messages from her.
Your Honor, may I?
Well, it may be, but since that time, there has been issues. That issues mean, the allegations is what, that she hit you with a rake?
Yes.
You, did you have to get
I got 10
treatment? What?
I got 10 stitches.
He provoked me into this, Your Honor.
I don't know, if they don't wanna discuss the
the
case.
allegation is,
Hmm.
I mean, the report speaks for itself. She lets the officer know why it escalated to where it did, so.
And Your Honor, I might said to him that I want to stay in the Portland home until February, but he did an anonymous complaint to adult care home program after this
We're
incident.
talking about the Portland, is the Portland home an adult care home too?
Yes, yes.
That you guys split up and he had that one, he's selling it.
And I paid lease to him all the summer, $25,000.
Okay, the order will be modified, you can go back to your residence, I guess. I'm not kicking him out, but I'm saying you can be there, so better be on your best behavior and not be arguing with him. I don't know if you're gonna be sleeping on the floor within your deal, but I'm not gonna put you out of employment if you need to be there to work.
But I don't even know if it's in business right now, Your Honor.
There's no business right now. She didn't even apply for the license yet.
Your Honor, I can take care of one person without a license. No, I cannot take a license on this matter, it's straight on, but I can.
I thought you were saying there's adult residents in it now.
It's what the intent is to be a business for.
It's an
It is
empty
for the
house.
business. There was one in Portland. That is no longer. The plan was to, do business here in Washington.
You're saying as officer court that that property's been awarded to her
Yes.
in the decree. And he has income coming from the other side of the house, and he can live elsewhere, and
Yes,
it's her
he has
house.
income.
I don't have any income right now coming from any house.
It's pending.
He's selling his home, Your Honor, and I paid $25,000 all year. The last year he leasing to him, he didn't pay any money for rent.
So that stuff, if you guys figure out in another decree.
Your Honor, I don't know if this is just a proposal. We are dealing with, if the courts kind of lift the order or modify it the way the court just intended, essentially you're putting 2 individuals back into the same property, into the same situation that brought them essentially in front of the court right now, which is arguing over this property or the renovations on the property.
We are not arguing
It
about
sounds like there's a hearing either on the 3rd or the 8th regarding an unlawful detainer that may make this situation moot. I know that could be a hardship for her, but that would be the proposal I have to the court, is to set this over past the hearing on the 3rd and 8th.
I don't have money for the motel anymore. I'm homeless, I'm jobless, and he's taking my person. And he's taking care of that.
She's in her 3rd trimester. She's desperate right now.
I am with my pillow and my comforter in my car, Your Honor. I don't know what happened. To go home, I don't care about the no contact order, but he's using this to keep me away from my home and my work.
I just don't know where Mr. Cornell is.
He can go to the motel instead of me. That's his own home in Portland.
Yes.
Like if he made a choice to sell his home, he sold his home, he's just waiting for money, he's gonna have some assets to do it. He's not disputing that this is her house.
Yes, Your Honor.
I
It's
don't
my
dispute that
house.
it's her house, I don't dispute.
Okay, well, then she gets to live in her house.
The victim doesn't.
And I guess,
This
be
isn't
there,
what-
they'll,
So I don't, my guess is he's not quite ready to do that yet.
so,
But maybe he has.
it's to you, you won't be in violation if you're at the house.
Thank you.
Any other action will be determined by a judge as to whether or not how you get him out there, but if there's problems, I guess the police gonna be called.
Does the court want to list that specific address, so there's just not any confusion?
Yeah. The house that apparently is not disputed that she owns, he has other places to go. I mean, you can't be seeking him out, following him around, but otherwise you're gonna be on the, like on the bread lines with no income at all, and
We understand.
you're saying,
We thank the court. And then, we do need a return date because it looks like we're going to need to set up some interviews here.
March what?
March first, but I can't find the trial schedule.
March 1st would work.
We're good on speedy, so 4 to 6 weeks out. Still.
so again, you can't
Where'd the dates go?
be, like I say, seeking him out, but I'm not gonna let him use it to that extent of a weapon to put you out of your own home, that he doesn't have to live there, and put you out of business since that's your source of income.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you better talk to your attorney, of course, if he's there, figure it out and have no exchanges with him to the extent that could have the police be called again.
I will be very careful, Your Honor, and I'm not going to twice this mistake. Thank you.
Okay,
If Your Honor, get a date, a Monday review date about.
Shelley is returning from 7 stay. She's found competent. Speedy restarts today, correct?
Yeah.
Judge finds her
Yes.
February 27th.
That's April 24th.
It's sad.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Already knows. Yeah.
Your Honor, we need to actually call an interpreter.
Yeah, we have an interpreter matter as soon as.
Whatever the court wants.
Or I guess whatever the court wants to do, but I know the interpreter needs to be somewhere else.
What interpreter's here for which language?
Spanish.
The judge just made it.
There. What's that gonna be? Just a second, I gotta get in custody if possible. What's it gonna be, the Spanish interpreter, set over or what? Who's doing it?
It's gonna be a change of play. I see change of play.
So I have,
They're still talking?
I think the interpreter is actually handled by Ms. Hawk, who is talking to an in custody right now.
It's a pro se matter.
Oh, it's pro se?
Yeah.
Steve Young, come up here.
Stephen Young.
I have my hand.
And Your Honor, he is on today for mandatory, after some negotiations.
So
he would
Beach-
like to do a change of plea. He also has a
Lacey's
probation
out at the end of March.
The only allegation on the probation violation is a new law allegation.
6 or 7.
Let's see. That works.
Okay, he's, a 9-9 case, he's pleading guilty.
Yes, correct. 990.
that works.
Other case is a tracking event probation violation.
It's a Thursday.
Oh, we want to set ready.
Yeah, at least two. So, cause she's gonna join them, I'm sure.
Well, if we do 2 weeks, it's the 22nd, so she was out the end.
You're 27 years of age, sir. You completed 11th grade at school. And Ms. Kaufman is your attorney. You've given up all the rights contained in paragraph 5, A through F about speedy public trial, confrontation, compulsory attendance, presumption of innocence. All these rights you give up when you plead guilty, and all your trial rights go away. You're pleading guilty to a violation of no contact order. It says on December 22nd, 2016, I contacted, had contact with the residents of Laura Shepherd, ex-girlfriend, knowing a valid no contact order was in effect. Was she there at the time?
No,
too?
she was not, Your Honor.
It's up to you.
What'd he do?
He
Went into
picked
the
up
house?
some no, he picked up some property that was left out back for him.
Left out by her for him to pick up?
Yes, I believe so.
On a back porch type? thing? What do you mean,
Yes.
on a back?
Yes, he didn't enter the residence or something like that. He was picking up property that was left outside for him to get.
By her?
I
Or by
believe
who?
so.
So who calls the police, or, I mean, how'd you get in trouble if she
I think
wanted you to
a
be there?
neighbor called 911 because he knew there was a no contact order in effect, and Mr. Young admitted he shouldn't have been there, but he knew that protected party was in Baltimore, which she was.
And I think that's.
Is there more to it? I mean, it sounds pretty de minimis, that I guess there was some order.
Well-
But she tells them to come get your stuff and puts it out on the porch, or you have a different version?
I have a different version, but it's,
Okay.
I reached out to the victim. This was a case where, it's one that could have been filed as a felony, Your Honor, just based on prior no contact. So that's why, you know, he's getting the benefit of this not being referred one as a felony. Two, this was originally one where I had told counsel I'd probably be willing to recommend less time if this was consensual contact, or, you know, it'd be more of a 180 recommendation if this was something where he did not have permission to be on the property. I spoke with Ms. Shepherd. She said that he did have some belongings. She does not recall inviting him.
Miss Shepherd, a girlfriend?
An ex-girlfriend.
A mother, because it says he's also had previous no contact.
Those two priors that he has are
Mother.
with his mother.
Yeah, they're with different.
Okay.
She's
So,
here today.
in my conversation with Ms. Shepherd, she said she did not recall inviting him onto the property to get his belongings, but that he did have belongings. She could not say with 100% certainty that she invited him on there, or that she did not.
How would she not remember that? Like, I
I think
don't
she's
remember,
afraid that she's
I don't remember setting his stuff out on the porch for him or something like that,
Exactly,
if it's all his
so-
stuff.
I think she's
mean-
afraid that she might get in trouble for violating it, which obviously isn't the case. But that would
Okay.
be exactly what I would think. She left it out for him, so I would think she knew he was planning to come and get it at some point. And she was out of town.
He said in Baltimore. Okay, well, I'll find as a factual basis to accept your plea of guilty. So, what's the P, I could look at the PV too.
The PV is only the new law allegation, Your Honor. So we're admitting, obviously. And,
What are they asking for? But I mean, the underlying case is what, in this offense against the same lady? That's why there's no contact order out?
yes, I believe so, Your Honor. Yeah, it was a criminal trespass, Your Honor. So we're admitting to that. They're asking to upgrade. I would ask that Your Honor give him a couple days concurrent and not upgrade. There are no conditions to supervise. So he's not out of compliance with any treatment. They're not asking for any treatment here. So I don't know what the probation would be when there's nothing to supervise.
Sort of sounds like it. to
And then
me,
Mr.
but-
Randall did indicate that it was okay to go free to argue on last 30 days on work crew. And then whether or not there
What
would
about,
be.
you said someone's here, the alleged victim is here, or
No, Your
mom's
Honor,
here?
his mother's here, and it's my understanding she's the protected party from what would make this case a felony, so the prior no contact orders aren't with this ex-girlfriend, that are with.
Where's the mother? Quickly, do you want to stand up or say anything, or you here? Mom, can you tell me? If anything, I'm not sure if you're really related to this. Do you know his ex-girlfriend well? You know the ex-girlfriend, whatever she is, well?
Quite well.
Is it, are you a grandma or something to one of their children, or how do you?
No, I'm just his mother.
Okay, but they don't have any children together. I thought maybe you knew through that relationship.
He was living in the residence, and it just didn't work out, so she was removing him. And she actually did say he could come get his belongings while she was in Baltimore,
How do you know that?
because I speak to her.
Well, she told you that she told him
She
to go
said that
over
his,
there.
well, we had put all of his things on the back patio, which I will be picking up at 4 PM today from her.
She told you,
She said that she left his things on the back patio. I have text messages showing that she's hoping he doesn't come there, but she knows that he needs clothes. He is a diabetic, there's a lot of things in there that he needs. So I think he knew she wasn't there, he was just gonna grab and go, and that was it. There was no contact, I
I
believe.
understand she wasn't there, she's on the state, I guess. Okay, well, I appreciate your providing information to the court. Again, that's not a defense, and as you understand, at some point in time, you had disputes with him too, apparently, because you had no contact orders
Yeah,
against
this has
him.
been years ago.
Those have since been expired or dropped or whatever, I guess.
Yeah,
Right?
it is. I believe it was 2000, I can't give you exact date.
Never was, a long time ago. So he has some issues about obeying court orders. That's the problem, you get yourself in such a hole, it doesn't matter if they're consensual or not, you have 3 of them, so then it becomes a felony and you can be sent off to prison for the somewhat de minimis behavior, under most people's viewpoint probably, considering, you know,
Prior to this, he's the longest he's
an
spent.
auto thief has to steal whatever 7 cars before they go to prison, and you'll go to prison on your 3rd consensual no contact order violation.
And the most
Maybe.
he's ever spent in custody is 39 days, Your Honor.
You can go back and take a seat, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so what's the prosecutor want to say?
Your Honor, counsel's correct. I'll, I guess, keep this somewhat short-winded unless maybe if the court starts going off of it, I may want to speak. But I would ask the court to follow the pretrial agreement. The last 30 days being on work crew, I've just never recommended more than 20 or 25 days on work crew. I think 30 days is difficult and ends up coming back into court using resources from taxpayers to essentially PV an individual. The other aspect.
So we
that was-
PV about 100 people a month, and it's usually the reason we PV them is because they can't comply with all the conditions the prosecutor's asking for because they're indigent. So
Well,
I'm sure not
Your
worried
Honor,
about PVing somebody because they can't do work crew.
I guess we could just let them walk on the street, if that's what the court would prefer.
Well, what's wrong with having somebody do work for the taxpayers in the county, you know, out at the schools raising money when they say the budget's so bad versus just locking them up for what seems to be a son of a harmless violation?
That's an absolutely
Your
great
nose
idea.
freezing.
Okay, well, maybe I'll follow it then.
That doesn't happen.
Well, no, if he doesn't do it, then he has to sit it out in jail. Who
That's
says he
what I'm
won't do
saying,
work
that's
crew?
the probation violation in the cycle, and when I used to run the not run it, but work the docket, I saw the court reassign it several times, and they still wouldn't do it, so.
Okay, does the mom have the ways to get him there to do work crew? Or not?
His father in Fisher's Landing, and he does have transportation set up. I'd ask that Your Honor give him a chance to do the work crew. If he doesn't, I've explained to him when we've met in custody that he would be sitting it out in jail. He really would like to do work crew. He said to me a number of times, he thinks that it'll help him have structure when he's released from custody. Again, he's only done 39 days in jail, and I think I've made it very clear to him, if he comes back on another no contact order, he's looking at, I believe, over 20 months in prison. So this is certainly
Well,
something.
I think that'd be enough of a deterrent to get him to wake up and
Yes, and I don't have any
not have
information that
contact with
he's
her.
ever failed to do work crew in the past, and he doesn't have any conditions on the other case that he's here for failing to do, so I'd ask that he gets a chance to do
Again,
work.
when I question with mother or somebody, you don't have a car, can get you to the work crew site? If we don't have the vehicle, then it's not like you're gonna get there.
Well, the reason that I want work crew is to try to get myself in a routine and a schedule, you know, waking up early in the morning and getting to work, no matter the means to get there.
Where's your dad live? Where's your father live? How far away from the neighbor's site?
It's probably about 9
I
miles.
guess you did say that. I don't know if he works where he can get you there. I mean, I don't wanna set you up for failure either, but, He's already done 39 days in jail.
Yeah, that's the longest I've ever spent.
Wow. What was, okay, I'm gonna go to the PV now. See. Okay, the sentence will be 90 days, 45 in custody, and 45 on work crew. Because if you don't do the work crew, you have to come back and do another 45 days in jail, so you better figure it out. People get arrested all the time and have to go back to jail, doesn't take seemingly that much resources, but locking you up at $84 a day, for a consensual type of an affair, to me, just doesn't seem a productive way either. So, what's, she's not here, the relationship is gone with her, there's already no contact order out with her, or what?
There's also free to argue on that.
That's correct. She just asked to have it. When I spoke to her, she wanted to know.
When did you speak to her?
There's one on the 6D case.
Yes, so
correct.
that's, defense is asking to just leave it, I guess, as a condition of sentence, but there's already one present, that's, exactly, which is from 2016, so.
She wants
I
another one.
spoke to her about 2 weeks ago. We said this over so I could, and then we had a full interview. It was maybe a 5-minute conversation because it was just whether or not the contact was consensual and what, if anything, she wanted from the case. I think she said it's no contact order, so it may have been
Well, if she
something-
wants a new one for a longer period of time, I'll grant it.
The other one is a fight. Does not.
Oh,
Oh.
okay, I guess the other one covers longer anyway. Okay.
And then, Your Honor, he was transient before coming in. I'd ask that Your Honor waive any fines you can. He's able to work, but he'll be in custody for the next, well, thank you for giving him a significant break, but I'd ask that Your Honor waive any non-mandatory fines if you're able to.
When's the last time you worked?
3 summers ago, I worked at a cannery. That's what I want to do again this summer. Seasonal work. Hours are good. Pay's good.
Well, it sounds like he has future ability to pay then. $100 fine, $4,900 if you don't come back, I'll give you 9 months to pay it. $43 court improvement fee, $150 indigent defense. $100 is DV assessment. I think you've been told this before, but again, you'll sign an additional document that says no possession of firearms, because this is one that requires that. And a $15 assessment because it's a no contact order violation.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's right over.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, the PV. I forgot.
Yeah, the PV, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna upgrade that to, just leave it. There's nothing to supervise. I'm sorry, that's the 6, thank you for pointing out the 6Z case. So there were, too much stuff here.
I believe so.
We're not asking for any treatment.
15 days, how's it gonna matter? 15 days concurrent with this 45 on the PV then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor. Thank you. All kids, couple in custody, and then.
No, I'm just.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And I don't recall if it's just he's not returning the calls, or if it's just, it sounds like this is before he was like.
Ready for the interpreter?
Sounds like she has to be somewhere at 11, Your Honor. So
I just asked her, ready for the interpreter?
we are, there's just another in
Let's
custody.
do it.
Yes. Do the
No, you gotta leave, or what? How many cases do you have?
I have 2 cases at the family annex. And
How many cases do you have here?
Just wanted to change.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, all right. If, Counselor, you ready on this?
That's not mine.
Oh, it's a pro se.
Yes.
It's not, someone said there was a Spanish in custody too. A Spanish person in custody? No, this guy's not in custody. We'll do him. Okay, Mr., is it Garcia Sanchez?
Western State says she is. Well,
It's
they.
an allegation of
malicious mischief, third degree, dating relationship, child in common, cohabitate.
So sorry.
The amendment to non-DV,
Well, the only reason. Because she's not.
and you're gonna represent yourself and plead guilty, correct, sir? You're gonna represent yourself and plead guilty, is that correct, sir? You broke something belonging to a girlfriend, I guess she was.
The television was mine.
What'd you break that wasn't yours?
Nothing.
Well, then I can't take your plea unless, here's what's it called, a Newton plea. If you're saying it was your television, then you didn't break property belonging to another. Has to be property, this document says you broke property belonging to Cassandra Nunez. Was there anything else that got busted in the house that did belong to her?
She's already been evaluated.
The picture frame of a child with broken glass around it. There's a photo that appears to be a ceramic plate or bowl that is smashed on the ground. Like, that's just empty. There's a TV, I can't see the damage in the TV, but it seemed a reason if they took a picture of it.
So you, is she actually related to him, or she's just talking?
Yeah, that's why.
She has no connection to this case at all, correct?
I don't know who that is.
Well, no, I'm just asking. It'd be quite a coincidence, but I assume not. She's just talking, right?
No, she has absolutely nothing to do with this case.
That's what I thought. Okay, sorry. Started talking about a PlayStation being broken. Okay, I didn't think so. Wow. So you're willing to admit that you broke other property that was hers? Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Not DV. Abstain.
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea of guilty after I say a few other words to you here, sir. I gotta type this up and amend it to non-DV, which I did. Right, that was the motion.
That's correct, Your Honor, non-domestic violence.
Mr. Harris over there, the call line.
Okay, you're 24 years of age, you completed the 5th grade of school, you're waiving your right to have a lawyer, getting up all the rights contained in paragraph 5, A through F, speedy public trial, confrontation, compulsory tenants, presumption of innocence, all these rights you give up when you plead guilty, and you can't appeal this plea. And you're admitting, excuse me again, that there was something else that was busted, a picture on a wall or some bowl or something like that that belonged to her, is that correct? Okay, then I can accept your, so again, you can have, you have a right to have a hearing on restitution. If it's true it's your TV, the restitution, if any, would only apply to the items that weren't owned by you, the bowl and the pitcher. Okay? You're nodding your head. Say yes if that's true. You want to plead guilty. You want me to accept your plea of guilty, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'll do that. You're found guilty now of the charge. What's your relationship with her now? I can't remember. They're not asking for any kind of a no contact, so she's, I don't remember. She's forgiven you or didn't want one in the get-go apparently? Okay.
Yes.
So you're back with her now?
Yes.
Okay, well, hopefully things are going well. If they don't go well, you understand, you're the one that's gonna suffer some severe consequences, right? If you come back as a repeat offender, so you gotta make sure you guys, settle your differences without breaking things. Okay, anything else for the Whoever's prosecutor to add before I sentence him? Must have some
no,
credit for
Your
time
Honor.
served, doesn't he? Or not? He must have some credit for time served, or does he not? You don't list any.
Should, Your Honor.
Did you go to jail?
have 1 day credit for time served. He was
Yes.
given supervised release.
She the alleged victim back there, by chance? Oh. Okay, sorry, maybe you didn't hear me. To save some time down in the future, I presume if you two are back together, you really don't want restitution, or do you want restitution for the busted items in your house?
I don't.
You don't? Do not? Correct. Okay, he said he broke a bowl and a picture frame, I think, or
He
something like
estimated the value at $6 for the two.
that. Okay. 5 days on the work program. You understand what the work program is? Go out to Mabry and do landscape type stuff, right? You understand what that is? You have to get out there and do it. It's work crew in lieu of jail. Get credit for time served of 1. You got four to do then. Again, if you have any questions, I'll try to go over this slower, or again, I just want to make sure you're not, misunderstanding, or she can help explain it to you. You got to get to the Mabry work site on your days off, do 4 days of work crew. Got that? You ever did work crew there? Okay, $43, fine would be $100, that means the balance is suspended, $43, court improvement fee. He never used indigent defense apparently, so $150 is stricken. You owe $143, $40 work crew fee, correct, thank you. You're gonna take an aggression control management 1 course.
Trial set.
And I guess there's allegations he was drinking, have a substance abuse or alcohol eval.
Your Honor, while the interpreter's here, it may be wise to let him know that he no longer needs to check.
Might be getting tacos. Well, I might.
He's on it, thank you for pointing that out. Okay, your supervised release is over, you don't have to report anymore if you're on that. If you have questions, step over to the computer to sign off these conditions, and you and your girlfriend, whatever, can go to the end of the hallway and sign up so they know they'll give you a list about doing the aggression management, about where you can go for an alcohol evaluation and how you get out to Mabry to your 4 days of work crew. So, last chance, no questions, step over there, thank you, sir. We need to roll her over. It's her, she's your client, right? Didn't I order a 1070? Did I order a 1077? Or what's going on?
Did, and they found her competent.
Wow. That was interesting one.
So I guess that's the first order that we have to address is Western sent over a report stating that she was competent and she had the capacity to understand the nature of the proceedings. However, it does note in there that this was conducted in an interview setting. It's unclear if her symptoms were stable because of that setting, and the stress of court may
No, I just got
make
bad
her.
insomnia because the guards kept putting me in every different part they possibly could. And you don't look it up if you don't believe me.
May make her unstable, and if the judge feels that she is incompetent, he can find
Well,
that.
I don't have to
So
pay this though.
that is essentially.
Gave me what? They gave me an alternative? I
Yeah,
haven't seen that
they
one.
basically give you a free pass for that one.
So I don't have to go to Western State.
So, whatever your honor wants to do, finding her, either way, if you find her competent, she wants to
Well, I need a
try.
more thorough hearing.
Yeah,
Or make a finding of either. But, prosecutor wanna do? I mean, these would be of their DV nature, so we could send her for restoration if they find her incompetent.
This is a case that Ms. Blair's probably a little more familiar with. She had indicated that the individual came back competent. If the court was going to make a determination based on the 1077 evaluation, whether or not Ms. Hadley is competent, I would ask the court to maybe set that to this afternoon for a special set or another date so Ms. Blair could be present since she's more familiar with this case, the order and the history of it. couldn't provide anything worthwhile to the court. I know if the matter's gonna be set for trial, we picked out days, so.
Yes. So if Your Honor does find her incompetent, we would ask for a special set for there to be a motion given, based on.
I thought I was already deemed competent, though. What are we doing here? You're
Well-
sure I couldn't fire you? I should have just told the judge that when I came into court. Because obviously I don't think you know what you're talking about. You can get a free lawyer and change it. They're not doing their job right.
So I feel like she understands what's going on, and
Yeah, she
I would
wants to
just ask
fire
to
you.
set it for- Yes. I've had multiple conversations with Ms. Halvin when
No,
she
you
was
didn't.
out of
Is it
You
worth
never
it?
talked to me even once, so don't make that up. I tried to set an appointment and it got canceled. Then I called her and said I would like another lawyer.
What are
You
the
said,
char-
sorry, you
I'm
can't
sorry,
do
the-
that. You just had to
The
pay.
charges are, I'm sorry,
You only emailed me twice. And
The
once
case
you
ended in
canceled me the second time.
0833, Your Honor, is an assault 4 and malicious mischief 3,
So, tell me what you
domestic
want, but make
violence
someone make a
allegations.
decision.
I'm just making sure they're both.
against relatives.
What's the point in paying?
It's correct. I don't think it's relatives, Your Honor. It was a dating relationship on that case. The other case.
both
looks
of
like
them. It was a dating relationship, and she called the police on herself both instances.
No, I called it the second time on myself. The first time you can get on the stupid little phone thing, whatever you guys use. It was the ex that called.
Okay,
And I
well,
called in the past on him,
again,
but
she
since
has
I pled that I was
some
suicidal,
issues, but
I
she
got
seems to
taken
recall the
ER and
incident
sent
well
home.
and can, has a recollection of what she did or didn't do at that time, so I'll review it later if I
Well, I
change my
pretty much
mind.
remember exactly
You wanna be
what happened.
found competent, correct, and proceed to trial, is that correct,
I don't
Ms.
know. It's not up to me to
Alpern?
remember, Judge. You're in charge.
Last time you were saying you didn't wanna be evaluated
No, I
because you were
didn't say that.
competent.
You gotta take any of that context in your little recording.
You don't have to apologize.
It's been a little while since it had some.
Gotta be set for trial within, we did within 60 days.
Order, or do we, there's no order in the file, so I usually ask the court staff.
You guys need to get paperwork to check, I guess. Last time I said in the report was in 2018.
Only gave me a courtesy copy, so I haven't read that order yet.
I have the evaluation. I can give the court
I
a
mean, the
copy.
evaluation that says they'd find her competent.
But I don't have an order to present to the court, competency, if that's something that the court is gonna determine they're competent in
So
your
we're gonna
office to do
determine
it.
if I'm mentally retarded again or not? Oh, well, I hope I passed the part where I had to fold a piece of paper and set it on the table.
Our office can
It's
prepare.
gonna fold backwards. 27, orange and some random ass word over there, I really want. Pretty close.
Obviously, it'd be nice if there was some alternative living arrangement for her, but I remember now that she was, maybe asked to leave the Elahan place for mental treatment, so she has no place to go, is that correct?
No, it's okay, I can get discharged on the shoes, it's not that big a deal. There's no way we're having.
Was this, I'm trying to remember, was this an assault at the living, no, nothing to do with the living facility, right?
She was living with her.
No, I was living in an overnight shelter. I said this last time. You just don't listen. After the domestic violence, I was not allowed to live there again. I ran into him on the bus. He pretended that he wanted to help me, invited me over. And then I spent the night. The next day, they called the cops. I know, you were not there. The next day, they called the cops. And, I mean, I called the cops.
Okay, well, again, she has a recollection of the event. I'm gonna go with Western State eval that says she can appreciate the events, she has a recollection, and how much assistance she'll give you, I'm not sure. But again, if there's another alternative, Elahan, any place that can take her is probably better than her being in jail. If you have some place. You were in a residential treatment facility out in Ridgefield. It's probably not hardly worth the effort to have her screened for supervised release to see if they have a place for her. Do you have relatives or any place that you know
No, I
of?
told you, I don't have any
I'm
relatives.
sorry, I don't
I'm not
remember.
going all the way to Illinois
Under
for
the
people
cases
who don't
says-
even want me to move in.
So you don't have any relatives that you can stay
No,
with?
I don't have any relatives.
In Clark
No means
County.
No, there's nothing else to it. I don't know.
Okay,
And Your Honor, I know she
we're
does
done.
have a mother in
Then.
the area,
No,
but
she's
it's my
abusive
understanding
and she does not want me to live with her.
live
She may have told
there
you something else on the phone,
currently.
but.
So she does have a
really
mother in the
does not want me to live
community.
with her.
She does have
She even threatened me
relatives.
when I was 17 saying I was gonna put drugs in your room just to make sure you'd get arrested. And instead, I punched her and then I got a DV charge.
Okay, we got the trial day set for now.
That's fine. Can we go now so we can get the funds? I guess I'm.
She and
He
then-
has all of them.
Pardon? The
Who
30th.
knows?
Sorry.
I'm not gonna go move back in with someone that gave me drugs. It's not going on. They'll try to
So,
kill me and stuff.
for the the first case, that's 6Z, that's going to be set for January 30th readiness, and trial date is February 3rd. For the 7Z case, readiness is February 21st, trial date February 23rd.
Marissa, I'll come and see you in jail. I'm not gonna assure you will, I haven't been delivered.
And then, Your Honor, just as the last matter on this case, with Ms. Whitney here, since our office didn't have an order.
A second, let them roll around.
Nick, can we
Or
just
over
go?
there. Pardon?
I need the paperwork.
Yeah, we're done. Thank you, sir.
Is it okay, Your Honor and counsel, if we prepare
Ex
it?
parte is fine.
Ex parte.
Yeah, make sure that you guys don't wanna kill me.
On.
For her, just the order of competency will follow.
Yeah, I think competency, I don't know that.
It just said she hopes that I kill myself.
You might have a conflict.
This is Victor Strozko. We'd like to set this over to Thursday's
Thing to take.
No objections from the state, Your Honor, or city in this matter. This is a case that's between brothers. Our office has been attempting to contact the brother for some information that will influence whether or not this stays in DV or not. But I anticipate either way we'll have to.
I think I remember seeing him, whatever, not too long ago, whatever it was,
About 2
last week,
weeks
something. Okay, that's a request to both sides, granted.
She knows what's going on. She knows what I do. Runs her mouth. And then I'll just wait and call everybody at once.
Okay, who is ready, or up, whatever?
I have Ronald Lingard. Mr. Lingard, please come forward. Your Honor, Mr. Lingard is gonna be screening for diversion, so we will waive speedy trial as of today. And then we would ask for a return to court date on either February 21st or February 28th. Mr. Randall, do you have any preference? This is a city case.
No, it's just 3 to 4 weeks for those screens, so
Okay, so
whichever better for you guys.
February 21st, is that okay? February 21st at 8:30. February 21st.
And is he, I apologize, Councilman, you indicated this.
Waiting speedy trial as of today. Is that what your question was?
Yes.
Okay.
Laura Heisen? Pick out those dates.
Your Honor, Ms. Heisen is here. We're gonna set this matter for trial. We have dates picked out. Schedule in order right in front of you. Looks like we have a speedy deadline of March 7th.
Roll. You're gonna come back Monday, February 27th at 8:30. Your jury trial is gonna be on Thursday of that week. You need to sign this document, ma'am, you haven't yet did that. Under my name, where there's an X, thank you. I'm also signing the omnibus.
Next, Your Honor, I have Zachary Harris. Mr. Harris is here for review of counsel. It's my understanding he would like to request a conflict of counsel. It appears that our communication with this matter is irreparably damaged, so we're asking the court to appoint a conflict attorney.
Notes from the assigned PA indicated to take no position.
What's his name?
Zachary Harris.
I don't know if it's a personality thing or what. Do you guys ever switch to different people in the office?
No, we don't do that.
Why? Well, we don't do that. Well, we should do that. I don't know. Versus, again, appointing a different attorney and a new cost to the, to whatever taxpayers for a conflict. What's your issue?
Your Honor, I just feel I can't aid in my own defense with him. I would agree that it's a personality thing. I'm not asking that my dates be set out any farther. I want to retain my current trial date. And
Well, if you get another attorney, the attorney's not going to be ready to proceed to trial that date. I mean,
not to be rude, sir, but that's my business.
it's not, I'm just telling you the reality of what happens, that a new attorney is going to, when is the trial date? I don't know, for example.
24th, so we got about a month, Your Honor.
Yeah, a new attorney's not going to be prepared. He's going to have to interview people, so it's going to have to be moved.
I understand that.
I thought you just said you didn't want the trial date said.
Speedy has been reset.
It will be reset.
I don't think that's a requirement, though.
It is a requirement. That's what the law, I'm just telling you that if you get a new attorney, you're not going to be able, you can't have it both ways. You can't get a new attorney that resets the speedy trial time.
Is that automatic, sir?
Yeah, it's automatic. That's per the rule. Yeah, it's in the rules. The what?
What is that? The Washington, whatever that's.
RCWs.
RCW then? That's a court rule.
Or W, whatever yours, I don't know what the W's are.
Okay, well, at this point, I'm going to work out my differences with my attorney. And
So you're going to keep your attorney?
That's right.
Okay. You keep your speedy trial date.
Yes, sir.
Again, whatever, some advice for what it's worth. You know, he makes recommendations. He's obviously a professional. He's experienced. He's done a lot of jury trials. You don't have to take his advice. But you certainly should consider what his advice is. I'm not asking you to relate to me anything that he may have said that you disagree with, but, giving an example, an attorney says, well, you can take it to trial, but you'll probably be convicted. You should maybe take this offer. Well, you don't have to do that. You can listen to me. You can go to trial. Maybe you'll be acquitted, or maybe you'll be convicted and get more time than what the offer
For the
was.
court's information.
If that's the issues, I don't know what it is. But
Our only contact has been a supervised release violation where I got his release reassigned. And then he violated it that day by trying to forge it or falsify a UA, which was, not my recommendation to do. Since then, he's
has
just
that been handled by somebody?
That was handled by Todd Jordan.
Oh, because I don't remember hearing anything about that. Okay.
Since then, he's just had conversations, abusive conversations with my support staff. I haven't talked to him directly, but he calls up our office and